Ooh, good evening, friends. How is everybody tonight? Welcome to the very first evening Maniacs with Mike. Thank you for bearing with me on the title change. Normally, I do these on Saturday mornings. However, this Saturday, I'm going to be at Joke World Fest in St. Pete, Florida. And yeah, I wanted to get a stream in before I went. And here I am, and it's great to see all you guys in the chat. Thank you for joining me. All right, I feel like I should explain some things. I was running a little late because I was like, you know what, let me grab some water. And I was like, all right, let me grab water. I got my water. I'm like, okay, I might want to be bad and have a little bit of coffee. So I went in and I treated myself to, I'm going to have a nighttime cup of coffee. And then I'm a little parched, so I got a little water too. And the reason why I'm parched is because I was doing a BTK BDSM cross-dressing photo shoot in the backyard. And more than anything else, I wanted to see if it could be pulled off because I always had some apprehension about whether or not he was the actual person who got himself hoisted up in the tree, which I don't friggin' believe for a second. And after doing it, after trying to do it, I can tell you with absolute certainty that there's no way he did that on his own. So thanks to my neighbor Travis for helping me get squared away here. Thank you to my neighbor Travis for helping me get squared away and get me up into the tree, baby. So I just boosted the volume for you guys. So let me know how that sounds. And I think we should be good to go. Rusty Bumpkins, thank you so much. Sibian Fund. Oh my God. It's been such a busy year that I almost forgot that I was trying to raise enough money to get my wife the Sibian that she deserves. And my dear friend Ryan Foster told me that, hey man, I'll make you a custom Sibian, but still parts and labor. And I want to be a nice guy and treat my friend well, who's going to be so nice in putting together this Sibian for my wife. So thank you very much. That's going right to the Sibian Fund. I think I need another $1,000 to give her the ride that she deserves. Welcome, everybody. Ooh, I feel like such a little nasty boy having coffee at nighttime. How are you guys doing? Lucas, it's good to see you in the chat, brother. Michael Trainer, how are you? Stephanie, what up? Yeah, BTK, brother. Yeah, I was doing a BTK cross-dressing BDSM photo shoot in the backyard, and the pictures, it came out friggin' great. Lost in the sauce, how are you, brother? It's great to see you. Yeah, say what you want about BTK, but the guy, if he had stuck to just taking photos, he would have gained a lot of respect in that community. If for no other reason, yeah, it's like, yeah, you could say just on the merit of the pictures alone, but also for fucking just all the rigmarole that went into taking those pictures. Oh my God. Thank you, Stephanie. That's very kind of you. Man, there's so many fucked up things that I wanted to talk about tonight, and I picked, I think, like 7 or 8 of them. Some of them came from Stephanie. Tell Don he's got great taste. Obviously, if he's in a relationship with you, he's got great taste, as do you. But yeah, I know you're partial to Gacy. Yeah, maybe I'll do a pogo night. Maybe one night we could all agree that we're going to dress up as clowns together. I'm truly, I'm praying that my kids don't bring any friends home. Like last night, my daughter had a friend come over, and I didn't know she was here. And I was sitting at the table at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. eating a bowl of Cool Whip and bananas. And this kid emerged from a room that I had no idea this kid was in. So I pray that this is not one of those nights where the kids are bringing friends home and walking into this fucking house of horrors. Oh, man. What a life we lead, baby. Yeah, got to clap. I'm always clowning around up in this bitch. I got to clown around. All right, guys, if you don't mind, I want to dig into this stuff because there's so much fun stuff going on. Well, not fun for everybody. There's some pretty horrific shit we're going to talk about tonight, but there is also some fun stuff. And this first one I wanted to bring up, this is a fun knockout video. And this is a guy who was wilding out on the beach. He should not have been fucking around. And he picked on the wrong motherfucker. And this is a guy who is a politician and fucked with the wrong person and ended up getting knocked out on a beautiful beach in Hawaii. So I'm going to bring this shit up So this fella, this is Kirill Basin. And Kirill Basin is a 40-year-old gentleman from Hawaii, and he is a candidate for Hawaii's 2nd Congressional District. And he was chilling on Keauakapu Beach on Maui. I think I nailed that. Just this month. And it sounds like there was an older guy behind him who asked him to turn his music down. Reasonable request. And I think there's a special place in hell for people who play music out loud. And if it's one thing, sometimes, you know, you're in the zone. You just want to fucking, hey, man, I'm just blasting my tunes. I had a rough day. And sometimes somebody does have to bring it to your attention. And then you're just like, oh, my bad. I didn't realize I was playing my shit out loud. Let me put my headphones in. However, I think those cases are in the minority. And by and large, people who blast music out loud should be drowned. And this is one of those guys. And Kirill Basin is one of those motherfuckers. And I'm going to play this video for you. And it's sweet justice if you've ever had to deal with somebody on a train, on a bus, just out in public, on a place where you were just relegated to just a place where you had to be at this specific spot. And somebody was just blasting music that you wish they would just fucking turn off. And especially on this, look at this fucking beach in the background. This is, again, Keauakapu Beach, which I think I'm nailing that name. Look how beautiful that is. And this fucking dickhead in these fucking shorts. Wait do you see this man move in these fucking shorts, man? But by all indications, the people that are telling him to just turn the fucking music down are just trying to be very reasonable, and he's wilding out. All right, weird stance. No. Boxer briefs on. This is a recipe for disaster from the friggin' start, man. Everything else looks picture perfect, doesn't it? I mean, people got good spacing on this beach. There's 2 chairs, maybe 15, 20 feet away, which is a as good as it gets, especially on a fucking beach like this. But old fucking Kirill Basin is not having it. I would bet he had a few pops before he came to the beach. All right, looking at his shit on the ground, it looks like there's maybe a portable fan, a phone, a sketchbook. I don't see any open booze. Like, this is like the perfect scenario for a fucking 22-ounce Heineken, but the handshake. Yeah, this is booze. This has got to be booze related. Freaking out and then offers a handshake. All right. That's when you got an emoji head, you look like a fucking iPhone villain. This is a fucked up head, and this is just begging to be smacked. I like how they got a shit word out. Oh, here we go, baby. We're popping. Oh, you know, you tripped over the fucking chairs. You can't get up and be aggressive. All right, very respectful of this guy not to fucking pile on here. And he's trying to wake him up. It sounds like, or it seems like, that guy might be an MMA fighter, which I believe. Very honorable, knew exactly what was popping off. As soon as that guy went to swing the fucking chair, he already cracked him with the right hand. I mean, this is as good as it gets. I want to watch that again. That's a big-ass dude, too. You don't want to be chasing him. After you fall over a chair, you can't recover from that. Beautiful. Out of all the places that get knocked out, though, that is... Oh, my God, this is so sweet. Listen, getting knocked out, it happens to the fucking best of us, so I don't fault Kirill Basin, which is a tough name to begin with, man. That doesn't sound like a man who's ever going to amount to anything, and yeah, running for office, God bless him, man. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree terroristic threatening. Oh, yeah, he threatened to shoot a lady. So that's what was behind all of this. All right, bearded, bracelets intact. All in all, like, pretty good considering the circumstances. He made out pretty good with just getting his bail set at $1 million. Oh, thank you, Jordanny. You're so sweet. But, you know, thoughts and prayers to Kirill Basin. God bless him, man. That's got to be. I was going to say worst case scenario, but having a man who knows how to fight, who just knocked you out, and is kind enough to know the parameters of respect of martial arts, caring for you the second after he knocks you out. So this is honestly a best case scenario. So Kirill Basin, all the best to you, brother, man. You know, let's watch that knockout one more time. This is one of the good ones. Man, the trip over the chairs is so rough. All right, and that was a tough swing, too, because even if he connected with that chair, he's going to hit him in the butt. Oh, God, an Asian lady's laughing at you, too. That's tough, man. Oh, man, just knuckling his chest and just rubbing his earlobes, just trying to get him to come back to life, man. That's a real nice guy. And the caption on the video is "want to go to the hospital," which is what Kirill Basin was saying to these people, which is, I don't know, man. Tough head shape to be acting tough. But thoughts and prayers to you, brother. All right, so next up, we have, oh boy, there's something special I put together for you guys, and I hope you like it. If you guys have been following, you guys are big true crime heads, you guys are big perverts like I am. I imagine you've been following the Lindsay Clancy case. And if you don't know, Lindsay Clancy is a former labor and delivery nurse who admits to strangling her 3 young children with exercise bands and throwing herself out of a second floor window, trying to end her own life. Did not succeed. Her husband was out getting dinner for everybody. He came home, and as he came in the house, he realized that his wife had thrown herself out the window, assumed that that was the worst thing that had happened while he was gone. However, unfortunately, he went into the basement and walked into a horror show. All 3 of his kids were found dead. And once she was taken to the hospital, Lindsay was diagnosed. I don't know if you get diagnosed paralyzed, or they just were like, yo, see what you can do with them feet, girl. And she's paralyzed. And now she's on trial. And we're on day 11 of her trial. And I truly don't know how this shit is going to shake out. And if you have any thoughts on this, please let me know. I look forward to hearing everything that you guys have to say about this. And I don't know how this is going to shake out. She admitted to doing this shit. And it's like, you think like, yeah, she admits to killing her kid. She's going to jail for a very long time. However, where it changes is she was diagnosed with postpartum psychosis. So although she admits to killing the kid, she says it was not a criminal act. It was a byproduct of her mental illness. And when you see how this lady was fucking kind of disregarded by everybody in her life, from her husband to her fucking doctors, I tend to believe that. But anyway, we're going to get into the Lindsay Clancy case right now.
She's paralyzed, she's fancy, she's Lindsay Clancy. She's paralyzed, she's fancy, she's Lindsay Clancy. I don't need no man to throw me out a window, I'll do it my damn self.
All right, baby. Now we're talking Lindsay Clancy, man. I had to put that together today, and I hope you guys like it. And, man, this shit is so fucked up. Listen, my wife, normally I'm the true crime bugaboo in this house, and I'm like, I knew of this thing, and I was like, yeah, I'll get around to it when I get around to it. But then she's like, yo, this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. It's like, I think the husband might have did it. And it seems to be a growing opinion that the husband might not be as forthcoming as he probably should be, and I subscribe to that as well. I don't think he had anything to do with the murders. I don't think he's being as honest as he probably could be in regards to the kind of help that he got Lindsay beforehand and what he did or didn't do for her. But this was a lady who was clearly fucking trying to get somebody to pay attention to just how fucked up she was. And I got some photos here from you to give you guys a little bit more context. She's paralyzed. All right, so this shit So she cut herself too. So after she strangled the kids, she went into the basement, strangled the kids, then came upstairs. Okay, here we go. Let me show this shit. All right, so this was the nightstand right next to the window that she threw herself out of. She cut her wrist, cut her own throat too, and boy, look at that tumbler. Isn't that something else? I mean, what the fuck, man? There's probably a million different coffee mugs that you could have set that bloody knife next to. I would have gone with something different, Lindsay. I know everybody wants a Monday morning quarterback, what you've done, and you know what else, all the other odds and ends to this case, but Maui Wowie. Oh, and this is nice too. I didn't notice this. The article says she's got deep sleep pillow spray. Golly, man. All right, so there's other photos. So this is by the bed leading to the window at which she threw herself out of. A lot of blood here. Oh, boy. Yeah, when they got to her, her body temperature was 84 degrees, so she was close to checking out. But they were able to save her, and unfortunately, she is paralyzed now. Yeah, dude, I wonder if Perez Hilton was copying her, because that does seem something like a jealous gay guy would do. It's like, oh my God, she's getting all this attention for doing this. I gotta get a knife and start streaming ASAP. Bro, be a man and put on a wig and some makeup like a real fucking guy. Friggin' Perez Hilton. Suck it, you fucking weirdo. All right, so this is the yard that she ended up in. That's got to be so tough, man. When you throw yourself out of a window, it was only like maybe 20 feet from the window to the yard. And you got to think that, all right, this is going to be what does it. And you're just yelling out, goodbye, cruel world, as you throw yourself out the window. And then you thunk, and then you just can't feel your tootsies. All right, even more blood here. She's paralyzed. That's her bra that they cut off. I don't know. I don't think they had to do that. That was really unnecessary. Very unprofessional by the paramedics. I think a lot of paramedics have become very unprofessional because their job almost entirely consists of Narcaning guys in shitty sweatpants. So anytime they get a chance to see some tit, unfortunately, they go for it, and I don't agree with it. All right, yet another bra pic. All right, they cut her pants off, too. Man. Yikes, man, that's a lot of blood. All right, that cop's just showing off his new sneakers, clearly. Again, unprofessionalism through the fucking roof right now. All right, so this is the window that she threw herself out of. Whew, man, that bloody knife next to the Because Kids tumbler. That's one of the more horrifying things I've seen, besides these fucking feet at the bottom of this page. And these weird old dudes. Old dudes love doing weird shit on planes. Like, you'll never see an old guy just get on a fucking plane, sit there, shut up, get his shit, and get the fuck off. It's always a spectacle for guys, but in their defense, who knows when the last flight's going to be. Yeah, Dunbar, I get it, man. I get why people don't like this lady. But I do. All right, so I want to go over some aspects of the case that, I don't know. I'm not trying to sway anybody's opinion, but I do think it's worthwhile just to note this shit. She's paralyzed. So her mental health was deteriorating. She had a kid in 2022, and by fall of 2022, she started spiraling. By December of 2022, she had to be hospitalized, inpatient hospitalization for her mental illness. By January, things had really just gone way out of control. January 24th, 2023 is when she committed the murders. She had been hospitalized for 5 days inpatient, and this is very odd. A lot of people are pointing to the husband's behavior during this stuff. All right, I got to hit you guys with a chirp real quick. Yeah, we chirping, baby. A lot of people are talking about the husband's behavior, and if there's something that I don't mention that you know that you want to fucking let it rip, please do. All right, so in regards to the husband's behavior, you could see him on video. She sends him out for dinner. He's got to stop at CVS 2 to get the kids some medicine, and then he's also got to go pick up dinner for everybody. He does both. He's on security cam footage doing both. There's some odd things about this. I don't think it's a big deal, but I think it's worth getting clarification on this. But it seems as though he's wearing different shoes in both security cam footage, which it seems to be just minutes apart that he went to CVS and minutes from when he went to go pick up the food. So a little odd that he's wearing two different shoes in both videos. Lost in the sauce. I think you're right on the money with that. Married a lady, by the way. He got remarried. Pretty lady. Looks a lot like girl boss Lindsay. But it's whatever, man. I don't fault him for that. I know a lot of people are giving him guff for getting remarried quickly, but I guess the alternative is to just live with your own thoughts that your fucking family's gone and your wife is responsible for it. So I don't fault him for that. All right, so one of the other weird aspects of this case. So I'm gonna go back to this. I want to go back to this knife. All right, so we looking at the knife again, y'all. All right, so this knife was left right on the nightstand by the window that she jumped out of. Okay, she jumps out of that window, presumably places the knife there before she leaps out, but there's no fingerprints on the knife. Very odd. Why would there not be fingerprints on the knife? I know there's growing suspicion of the true crime community online can be the biggest bunch of fucking weirdos, and I say that as I guess I'm one of them. However, I don't get why people think the husband was involved. And one of the elements that people point to in regards to what they perceive to be his involvement is the fact that there are no fingerprints on the knife, which is very weird. I don't think that immediately makes him responsible for anybody's fucking death or anybody getting thrown out a window, but it is fucking weird that there weren't any fingerprints on this knife. Yeah. Yo, gosh, yes, the guy dressed in clown makeup is fucking normal. I'm as normal as can be, man. I'm a guy. I got a backyard now, so I'm trying to make use of it. So I'm taking BTK cross-dressing BDSM photos. Sue me. So I think that shit's very weird that there's no fingerprints on the knife. Oh, dude, this was fucked up too. So over the course of 30 days, she was prescribed an insane amount of medication here. And I'm going to go through her medication list. All right, so there were 13 fucking medications here that she was prescribed. They weren't all at the same time. However, they were stopped and started in pretty quick succession. She was taking Zoloft, Prozac, Seroquel, Klonopin, Valium, Ativan, Ambien, Remeron, Lamictal, Trazodone, and hydroxyzine. I don't know, man. And a couple more. Amitriptyline and buspirone, which I don't know what either of those are. They're antidepressants, and one is an anti-anxiety medication, I believe. But even with that said, it's like 30 fucking days for all these different medications to be stopped and started in such a short amount of time seems fucking nuts. I mean, I think that has to be taken into consideration when you're looking at this lady's wheelchair day after day. Like, what kind of toll that would take on a person. I don't know, man. Yeah, Sean, this girl does have a party in her purse, brother. Right on the money. And she kept a journal, too. Oh, I want to see if I can fucking find... Yeah. She's paralyzed. No, I don't... Fuck. So she had a journal, too. And I thought I had a rundown of her journal entries. She's paralyzed. Whoop. Oh, yeah, here we go. So I got some of her journal entry stuff. So she talks about feelings towards the kids, where she sort of resents them. She resents the baby, which is, I guess, a byproduct of postpartum depression. She wrote that she wanted to feel love and connection with all of her children. And her journals documented intense anxiety surrounding the baby's sleep and his sleep training. They did have a nanny for a while, and it's also very odd that they let the nanny go at the height of her mental health issues. Yeah, fuck it. Prozac, Zoloft, and Seroquel all at once. I'm with you, Lucas. I say it again, reverse Gypsy Rose. Yeah, Adam. I'm with you on that one, brother. Yeah, this is a reverse Gypsy Rose, man. We'll play it on that one. She talked about having trouble sleeping, having anxiety about going back to work. Depression, having an emotional disconnect. Oh man, I felt this might be why I feel so strongly towards this lady. at one point they're talking about in court how she felt like her brain was broken, and I was screaming that in a park just a few years ago. So she says in her journal, she writes, "I want help. I want to be well." Another entry described her feeling as though she was drowning every day. Lindsay, I'm with you, baby. So she told her husband, too, about suicidal ideation, and I don't think he's as forthcoming as he probably should be. I think there's a lawsuit against the hospital, which might have more to do with him being so hesitant to be as forthcoming as he probably should be. He hasn't been there for the trial every day, which also kind of odd. Also twinkish, kind of odd. Also tiny shoulders, kind of odd. Also delicate voice, kind of odd. And the more I say about this guy, the more I think that, I don't know, man, he should be looked into for, if anything else, like he's definitely figure skating on the side. This guy has the ultimate figure skating body, if anybody's ever had one. Matt Leo, what up, brother? Kenny Wilson, thank you, my good brother. I got to flame his ass a little bit, man. I'm sorry. A man that delicate, I understand. But a lot of weird shit. I don't know. Yeah, this lady, I mean, her brain was put through the fucking ringer during this time, and it's, I don't know, I try to be empathetic toward babes with postpartum, and it seems like she was trying to get somebody to fucking help her, but nobody would do it. The fucking nanny said she was a great mom. All indications up to that point, she really was, but this really fucking threw her for a loop, and yeah, all these drugs, nothing really that good, though. I mean, throw some fucking painkillers in there. Goddamn, diazepam, clonazepam, lorazepam. How about a goddamn Lindsay? Lindsay, you got your goddamn mind, girl. That's got at a certain point, like you see people with this level of medications prescribed, you think the doctor's just fucking airing it out, and it's just to see what he can get the fuck away with. Anybody in the chat, what's the most insane thing that you've been prescribed for minimal symptoms? I got prescribed painkillers during a painkiller overdose. I OD'd on Perks one night. I was drinking Perks and I was drinking Perks. I was taking Perks and drinking Tullamore Dew in my apartment in Glen Olden. And it might have been the best that I've ever fucking felt. I was sitting at the table asking my wife just anything and everything. Like, is there anything you want to tell me? You can tell me. I'm open and honest mic at this point. My wife was like, man, you've never been this chill. I was like, I know, babe, this is the new me. The new me was a fucking handle of Tullamore Dew and a bunch of children's painkillers, by the way. My niece had gotten a bunch of painkillers for a surgery she had, and I had a toothache, and I called my sister. I was like, yo, do you have any fucking painkillers? She's like, I got a bunch of these kitty painkillers left over from your niece's surgery. I was like, I'll take them. I'll be right over. And I ran over. She lived the next apartment building over. I went. I got these kitty painkillers, these kitty Perks, and I had that big jug of fucking Tullamore Dew, and I was just locked in for the night, and I was sweet talking my wife all night. We had a really nice time. And then in the middle of the night, I was having trouble breathing. So I asked my wife to call the paramedics, and they came. And it's so embarrassing to, like, when the paramedics come in and just be like, and I say this as a guy who was just bemoaning that paramedics got to deal with fucking addicts all the time, and that's why they're unprofessional now. And it's so embarrassing to have to look another man in the face and tell him I overdid it partying. They were super chill. They brought me to the hospital in an ambulance. I got there, and they let me chill for a while. They gave me oxygen, and after like a few hours, I was kind of good. And when the ER doc came in, he's like, why did he ask me what I ingested that night? And I told him, I was very honest. I drank this much Tullamore Dew. I took this many children's painkillers. He's like, why are you taking children's painkillers? I was like, because my tooth hurts and I can't go to the dentist until fucking Monday. This was a Saturday night. And he's like, all right, yeah, no problem. And he wrote me a prescription for 10 Perk 10s. And I gladly fucking took it because I wanted the pills that bad. But like, brother, like, why are you giving me fucking painkillers for a painkiller overdose? All right, Sean from Pittsburgh. I got Demerol when I got a spider bite that got infected and spread to my ankle. That sounds painful. Case Cod, no migraine meds. Lucas, doctor told me to drink water and do push-ups. Lost in the sauce. The sadness I have to live with is what will never have a drink and pop pills together. Brother, never say never. Listen, Brad Pitt's back on the sauce. There are times where, all right, it's not across the board, but I would say 99% of the time when people question whether or not they should go back on the sauce and are looking for advice or just even unsolicited advice, I'll just say you might want to pump the brakes on that, man. Life's much easier without this shit. And it truly is. However, in Brad Pitt's case, the guy's 62 fucking years old and his family publicly hates him. That guy's a pretty good candidate to start drinking again, I think. You know, I'm not going to tell him no. Flintstones Annie, Surfboard Charlie. Hell yeah, I could fuck with those, baby. Gummy perks, baby. Yeah, Brad Pitt, 62, man. Just, he's done everything he could possibly do. I remember, I don't know if I was reading it or it was I was reading it. I think it was like Vanity Fair or something where they were interviewing Brad Pitt and they asked him what he does for fun. And he was just like, look, man, I'm so fucking famous, I can't go anywhere. I basically just sit around and I watch Netflix and I smoke weed. And, for like a weekend, it's like, yeah, that's got to be the fucking best. But if that's your life, I don't envy that, man. So, Brad, I'm sorry, man. It's like, if you decide you want to drink again, how fun would that be to drink with Brad Pitt? I guarantee he's a blast. Like, he was up for getting kidnapped by the fucking Jackass guys. How cool was that? Damn. Lindsay Clancy. Fancy Lindsay Clancy. All right. I don't know how this... The trial's got to be wrapping up soon. I think they're on day 11 of this fucking trial. And I just don't know how it's going to shake out. I guess anything's possible when you see like OJ and Casey Anthony. You really never know. Rarely do you get somebody to say like, yeah, I did that shit, but I don't think you should send me to jail. And Lindsay Clancy's case, man, she might be right on the money, man. A lot of Lindsay lately. Yeah, I agree, Matt Leo. Yeah, Bobby Hill. Thanks, Mike. You just reminded me that I'm on Social Security. Oh, brother, I would kill to be on Social Security right now. Dude, one of the happiest I ever was when I got approved for unemployment. When I lost the job in fucking like 2003. And when like you do if you've ever filed unemployment, it's like it's not nearly as efficient as it should be. You think like, all right, if a system works properly, I'm going to apply on this date. Within 2 weeks, I should get my unemployment. No, it doesn't fucking work that way. And then you apply for it, you forget about it. And getting that initial fucking burst of unemployment money. It's like, dude, I'm wealthy and I need to start setting up trust funds for my fucking kids. Meanwhile, 2 nights at the bar and that shit's toast. Mike, have you ever been on a jury trial, whether criminal or civil? No, I've gotten a jury summons, but I disregarded it. I just didn't want to do it. I would now. Like if I got picked for jury duty right now, I would. And I think I would try to live stream it. And I would let the chat decide how my vote went. I think it would be a lot of fun now, but back then, fuck, man. Yeah, we're going to get a smoke detector chair for the unemployment office having me fucked up, baby. They really did, man. Oh, my God. Yeah, that shit was heaven. When that check comes in, though, baby, oh, my God. Gay Scott, dude, those fucking stimulus checks, man. Stimulus, I was buying Bitcoin. I was, like, taking friends out to eat. Like, God damn. Yo, I couldn't believe how much Bitcoin I had at one point. I was telling everybody I knew. I was like, dude, I'm going to the Bitcoin conference in Miami. I'm going to go see Tim Dillon give the keynote speaker address. And, yeah, it was good for a while, man. That was so much fucking fun. I remember specific moments where that money hit. I got it sent to my Cash App, too. I was real nasty with it. I was sitting in line one day when I think it was like the second round of fucking Trump money. I was sitting waiting for my kids to get out of school, and it's like that second burst. What was it, like $1,200 that they sent? I was like, this money is never going to run out. I'm finally going to be financially responsible. It felt like we were getting away with murder. There was a point when the pandemic first fucking started, there was a point where everybody had like, it seemed every bit of information they had about money seemed to be like it was a fucking scam. It was like, no, there's no way that could be true. They're like, just try it. And there was one thing that I applied for. It was like a grant for artists. Like if you did anything artistic and could prove that you had income doing it in the past year, you were eligible. And it was like $1,000, and they gave it to you the next fucking day. And it's like somebody sent me a link. I was like, fuck it, man. Everybody's giving you money from everywhere right now. And like, holy shit. Applying for that, and then the next day waking up to a fucking notification that I got $1,000 in artist money. Golly, man. Yeah, that shit was fucking nuts, man. Dude, I flew to Denver to see Harry Styles. I was fucking sickening with that money. Oh, man, that was so much fun. I flew to Denver to go see Harry Styles, and it was nuts because there were still like pretty strict protocols in place, and they were real motherfuckers. Like when you had your tickets, and they were sending notifications out to people, like, yo, if you come to Ball Arena, I think it was in Denver. They're like, yo, they're going to be checking. And if you don't have, your fucking vaccination shit and like proof of a negative COVID test, you're not getting in. And it was just like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Because like my daughter needed a negative COVID test. And we were like driving all around fucking Denver trying to get her a fucking test at the last minute. And I found a place that like had one, and we got it. And we got to the line, and it's just like an elderly black lady who could not give a fuck less about COVID. And you could have shown her a Marmaduke comic strip, and she would have waved you the fuck in. What a waste of fucking time all that shit was. But we got in to see Harry Styles, and man, that little sucker puts on a show. I just demonized Mr. Clancy for being twinked up. But as far as twinks go, man, I do enjoy a good twink who puts on a show. And Harry Styles, man, God bless his heart. He really fucking nails it. Yeah, Surfboard Charlie, that shit was so fucked, man. But the money was good, baby. Man, all that virus money. Oh, my God, man. What a time that was, man. Oh, man. Do you think we'll ever get another come up like that? Where just everybody's getting bread at the same time, where we can all just... Good gravy. I bought a was PS5 out then? I either got a PS4 or a PS5. One day we got some kind of money, and I was just like, I'm going to get my PlayStation, and I'm going to get MLB The Show. Oh my God! It was. I wonder what I want to look up. Let's see if we can find like criminal stats from what crimes were the most prevalent during the COVID years. All right, so homicide rates were still up. Let's pull this fucking up. Everybody was getting money. What are you guys fucking riled up about? Gun assaults rose by 22% in the first quarter of 2021. Chill out, man. But then again, it's like, all right, yeah, I guess you're robbing people because everybody's got money. All right, domestic violence. Yeah, I can see that. Auto theft rose by close to 10%. Burglary. Man, chill out, man. Violence against healthcare workers. Yeah, it's like, because sometimes you're going in there for normal shit and your fucking nurse is making TikToks. Like, I would choke the shit out of a fucking nurse with her own stethoscope if I'm sick or I got a fucking sprained ankle and she's busting it open for TikTok. Yeah, eat my shorts. Wildlife trafficking. Oh my God. Could you imagine moving monkeys during the COVID? When you got monkey money, at that time too, I would bet the cost of those little monkeys like they had on Friends, what was his name, Marcel, that David Schwimmer had, those monkeys were probably the most accessible monkeys. And I got to think that, if you went into the hood, you could ask for one and somebody knew how to get you a monkey. So yeah, you better believe fucking wildlife is being trafficked. That's one that's probably the most forgivable pandemic crime is wildlife trafficking. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm going to buy a fucking monkey with this shit. Are you kidding me? You better act like if you don't think I'm buying snakes with this money. What's the wildest shit you guys bought with your money? Carrie, I haven't watched Monsters of God yet. Yeah, I think the wildest shit I bought were tickets to go see Harry Styles. Oh my God, man. Yeah, we were eating good, bitch. All right, Quinn P bought another dirt bike. Oh my God, that was the dirt bike era, baby. That was it. Rusty Blumpkins, thank you so much. All right, so now I got a Sibian fund and I got a monkey fund. Do you think it would be unethical to put the monkey on the Sibian? I would love to see what that little. No, I wouldn't say little fucker because I would get a full on. I would buy an elderly chimp because nobody wants them anymore. Like when you see elderly chimps, it's like going to a nursing home. Like I pulled up. I show him pretty often. I'm going to bring him up now. Like current day Bubbles the chimp. I think he looks great, and I'm only saying that because he looks just like me. But Bubbles the chimp, like this is what I would buy. If I was buying a monkey, I wouldn't get any of those cute little fucking cantaloupe stealers that you see in like Dominican Republic. This is what I would get. This is Bubbles the chimp. He looks more like me than any animal that I have ever seen. And if I had the money to buy him, I often think of what I would splurge on. I would probably buy one of those fucking John Wayne Gacy paintings. But if I had any money left over, this is what I would get. I would buy Bubbles, and I would put him on the Sibian that Foster's going to build for my wife. All right, do you think it would be too bad if I let him ride the Sibian and then let my wife get on it without telling her? I would sanitize it. I might even put a tarp down before I put him on it. But I think it would be funny, too, if my wife and this monkey both rode the same Sibian. Maybe I could have Foster build almost like a bobsled Sibian where both Bubbles the chimp and my wife could do their fucking their sexual wiggling on it. Good brother in the chat says it looks like my wife. His wife, not mine. You better not be saying my wife. Oh, God. Powder keg. What about monkey dementia? Oh, man. I never thought of that. Oh, my God, dude. One of the worst parts about monkey dementia is every day you have to remind them that Robin Williams is dead. Like Coco. Let's see what Coco's doing right now. Coco is probably, she's got to be dick deep in dementia. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, no, I'm not going to do that. That's too much for this. All right, they're always. All right, so this is a good one of Coco. I like this picture. They're showing her a kitten, which is nice. She's going to rip that thing to shreds. I don't care what anybody says. Sibian with a sideguard. Dunbar, you fucking nailed it, brother. I wish I had something to give you right now. All right, I'm gonna give you a chirp just for having that great idea. Let me get back to my chirp real quick. There we go. All right, we're going back in, bitch. I got to hit you with a chirp. I never understood why they told this gorilla why Robin Williams was dead. Lie to him. Put on flubber 24 hours a fucking day. You don't have to. Why do you have to be honest with gorillas? Or are they going to find out and be mad at you forever? Eat shit, man. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to make it a point. All 2027, I'm just going to lie to gorillas 2027. I'm going to put nasty messages up against the enclosure. I'm going to tell them John C. Reilly's dead. I'm going to tell them Elliot Page went back to being a girl. I'm going to tell them the WNBA disbanded. That's all I'm doing in 2027. You think it's bad that we're being fed misinformation on Twitter all day? That's what I'm going to do to the gorilla community. Their heads are going to be spinning because of all the disinformation. I'm going to be feeding their fucking way. Oh, that's very sweet. Coco signs. Yeah, what do you see the signs are going to hold up to your enclosure, Coco? All right, what's this nasty ass doing right here? Oh, she's holding the cat. I don't like this, man. I feel like eventually I'm going to come across a picture where the cat's head's separated from the body. Oh, God, is Coco dead? Oh no. This is probably the worst way to find out that Coco's dead. Oh God. Please don't. Do not. Oh God. Oh fuck. Oh my God, dude.
Why?
I didn't expect this. I gotta get my wife in here. Can you come here? Can you fucking read this? Coco the gorilla fucking died 8 years ago. I'm glad you think it's fucking funny. I mean,
Are we getting some chirps for him?
yeah, I gotta give Coco a chirp. How many chirps do you give? I can't fucking believe it. All right, I gotta go on. I truly had no idea Coco was dead. Born at the San Francisco Zoo. She's her full name is Hanabiko, meaning fireworks child. Sounds very Puerto Rican. It's my dear friend Tim Butterly used to live in a neighborhood full of Hanabikos, and boy did they love popping off fireworks on non-firework nights. Fuck me, man. God, fuck. I mean, we're just talking about chimp dementia. I worry about my own brain. There had to have been a point where I was aware that this monkey was dead, but like God, fuck. It died of natural causes. That's good. If she got her head blown off in a jackass accident, that would have been a different story. But at least she died of natural causes. Oh my God, she was born on the 4th of July. There we go. I guess that explains fireworks, child. I just assumed she'd like to throw her shit. All right. Learned 1,000 signs and understood more than 2,000 spoken English words. All right. Chill out. You don't want them to become too proficient. What else we got here? I know. Tonight of all nights, man. God. All right, so this is what she liked to say. Pull this shit up. All right, I am gorilla. I am flowers. That's fucking stupid. Animals. I am nature. That's kind of cool. Man, Coco love. What do Coco love? Earth Coco love. Okay, but man, stupid. Fuck off, Coco. All right, fuck this shit. I'm not sad anymore. Suck my fucking ass from the front, Coco. Coco, sorry. All right, now I feel bad about saying fuck you. Oh my God, this is Coco. Oh, Coco cry. Time hurry. Time hurry. Oh, fix Earth. Help Earth. Nah, come on, man. This is fucking. Yeah, who typed this? Fucking Al Gore. Help Earth. Hurry. Protect Earth. Nature see you. Eat shit, man. Mr. Tupper, thank you so much, my friend. Listen. This is an emotional roller coaster. All right, man. I hated finding out about. Yeah, Coco went woke. Yeah, Alan, you snapped on that one, brother. Alan, you're gonna get a chirp for that one, brother. Way to go. All right, we back. Yeah, Coco went woko. Eat shit. I don't know. Listen, I truly love all animals. And I say that I feel a kinship with St. Francis of Assisi. And anytime I see an animal, I want to be a beacon of light and peace for it. But animals lose me when they start getting political and start fucking signing about global warming. Not real, Coco. I mean, what the fuck? Time hurry. Yeah, time hurry. Time hurry, Coco. You know what? I'm feeling a little Travis-y tonight. Let's look up some Travis the Chimp stuff. Doesn't it seem weird that we haven't had a chimp attack since 2009? We got to be due for one. Like, there's somebody's got one. Oh, man, this fucking bad. Dude, I love how bad Travis was. Look how bad he was. You just know. You just know he's nasty. You nasty, twin. I don't care. Around here, they call me Big Trav. That's pretty good teeth. I wonder if they had him go to the dentist. I don't know, man. It's. I feel such a bond with chimps. I wish I could put in the words. Gorillas, not so much. But chimps, I feel something that I don't experience with any other animal. That's a lady whose face he ripped off. I genuinely want the best for people. But as a Travis man, I do want to see what plastic surgery can do for a lady nowadays who gets her face ripped off. It's been so long, and when they redid her face, it looked like a fucking bodega ramp. There's got to be some kind of strides that have been made in the past 17 years in chimp facial reconstruction that we can pinpoint and be like, you see, Travis walks so fucking nutso the gorilla could walk. Nutso the chimp. Ew. Ew, sitting nasty. Acting nasty. Yellow sweater. Oh, man. It was always very odd that this woman and her husband was on board with having this chimp in the house. It's always, it feels like a concession of pussy when you let a chimp in the house, especially a chimp who's going to be wearing your clothes. Because I guarantee you that's not just for him. That's the husband's sweater. Yeah, you're not going to fucking hang out with my wife dressed like that, wearing my shit. Ew. Oh, Connie Casey. Oh, that's the lady from the chimpanzee documentary. Another nasty bitch who looks like Donald Trump. Very sweet one. So many tender moments with these animals. That seems nice. A nice chimp pile. Oh, who is the worst? The worst housemate. Chimp or a dolphin? Chimps are the nastiest creatures on the planet. I used to think dolphins were cute when all you did was see them in pictures of or videos of like people going to the Caribbean or hanging out in Jamaica and by night your wife's getting daggered, but by day you guys are swimming with dolphins and it's very sweet. But when I found out what perverts they were, that really turned the tide on what I thought about chimps. No more. All right, I'm good on monkeys for the night, if you guys are. Yeah, Bubbles got Magic Johnson money. He really do. I wonder how well he's cared for. I remember, didn't we watch a video on here about how LaToya went to visit him? So I wonder what Michael left for him, because Michael Jackson, for say what you want about him sleeping with children and probably blackmailing them too, he seemed to take really good care of the monkey. Oh, if you guys haven't seen this yet, I got to see if I can pull up this clip. If Sheryl Crow put out a documentary a few years back, and she's just a lovely woman and just a very sweet soul, incredibly talented, has got a ton of hits. There was a part in her documentary where she talks about, all right, Cheryl with an S, I believe. There was a part in her documentary where she got her start as one of Michael Jackson's background singers. And in the documentary, she speaks about her first interactions with Michael, and she went on tour. It might have been the Bad Tour. All right, let's see if we can get this bitch to play.
Early beginnings, I moved to LA and I got some session work. I had a tape of some songs and some demos, and I started getting hired to do some session work, and I got hired to do a record date for Johnny Mathis, and I overheard some singers talking about
Indian
the
or
Michael
not?
Jackson tour. And crashed this audition with Michael and got it, I think mainly because I looked completely harmless. I mean, I still pretty much look like a young school teacher. And I just stood in front of the video camera in my, like,
She's so
very
beautiful.
unintimidating teacher clothes and said, "Hi, Mike, my name's Cheryl, and I just moved here, and I would sure
Cheryl.
like to go on the road with you." I look
wow,
like
so
a young
cool.
school teacher, you know, and I think he was not threatened by that, and I could sing.
And it's just one of those things that really doesn't hit you until you begin rehearsing, begin getting your passport, you sell your car, you get rid of your apartment.
Oh, she's so cool. Here we go. Yeah, she was on the Bad World Tour.
And a month later, we were in Tokyo playing in front of 75,000 people, and I had hair up to here, and I was in a bustier. Very surreal in cutting your chops as a backup singer in front of 75,000 people.
Sure.
Equally as important as that was seeing the world, you know, and traveling with musicians who came from completely different ways of life, different experiences. And
All right, get to the monkey
it
stuff,
was just
Cheryl. Come
a
on,
crash
man.
course, really, on
Give us what we came
joining humanity. You know, it was just an incredible experience of being able to go and.
This might be it.
But all that to say that I had been playing my own music for a long time and standing behind him with no relationship. You have to realize he's very reclusive and didn't learn our names, and we had already been on the road with him
Shit
for
backwards on the toilet.
probably 8 or 10 months
8
before he
people
ever
while I
learned
pooped.
my name.
Michael is very professional, so he knew exactly what he wanted to see come to pass. And so they weren't actually grueling, they were much more fun. And it's nice to work with someone who can instruct you. And as well as
Cheryl,
expecting
get to
certain
the monkey
things,
shit.
he
Why don't
picks
you?
up on things that he likes and
God.
he comments on those things. So he's very much fun to be around.
We used to share a
All right, is she talking to... All right, let's see if we can determine it. Is she talking about Michael Jackson or Bubbles here? Ah, fuck, I ruined it.
Side to be around. He's inquisitive and he's
Yeah, that's Cheryl Crow, Kenny.
he enjoys
Just
being around
an
people,
absolute
you know,
beauty,
people
man.
that he's comfortable with. He's very much fun to be around.
Mamma
we used to
mia.
share a quick change on stage that was just divided by a little tent wall, screen. And he would throw grapes over at me, or he
I would have socked him in his fucking... Ooh,
Throw
I think I found the
things.
Travis shit. Yeah. Yeah.
well, actually, if
Oh, you better...
at that
buffer,
point
bitch.
he was made to go home, and I think actually they had to put him in some sort of wildlife refuge sort of thing. I don't know. At a certain point they get so big they can hurl a piano across the room with one arm. So
You're talking about how
That's dismissive.
Michael says, "Come over and visit with me." Nothing sexual, obviously. It was just like, "Hey, come over." And you guys watched Amos and Andy movies, which is weird anyway. You're sitting there with Michael Jackson, biggest pop star in the world, and then the
Aw.
chimpanzee is there in the room with you. And in order to discipline the chimpanzee, he starts poking him with a pen in the chest. I got so offended by that he was poking this poor little...
it was just a strange introduction.
All right, so they
into
kind of gloss over the fact that Michael Jackson was stabbing his own chimpanzee in the chest with a ballpoint pen, with no regard for anybody taking any kind of umbrage with it. But that might be part of why I feel such a special kinship with I almost called him Travis, with Bubbles, is because I too was once stabbed with a pen. I was stabbed with a pen and kicked in my fat butt by a boy named Peter Miranda in 6th grade. So, I don't think Pete's doing too well these days, by the way. Oh, all right. So, moving on, baby. Dude, I could do monkey stuff all fucking day, man. I love these fucking magnificent beasts, man. I posted it on my Instagram, but there was a point maybe maybe like 15 years ago, where my wife, kids, and I went to the Philadelphia Zoo, and I went to the glass of the gorilla enclosure, and a lady gorilla hopped up on the platform and busted it open for me. Never understood why. Really didn't want to know why, but she did it for me, and that's all that matters. And my wife got a picture of me next to it, and I'm always going to have that. All right, y'all. So, Lindsay Clancy. Oh, dude, so get rid of the Lindsay Clancy stuff. So this is a fun thing. So there was I saw this story in Florida where a guy was chopped up, put into 3 pieces of luggage, and just left for trash. Pulled his boy up right here. He looks like a luggage stabber, and this poor old guy, he got left in the luggage, unfortunately. So this happened in Florida, and here we go. So it's Orange County, Florida. Florida man's behind bars, accused of killing and dismembering his older stepfather. Man, the flame of hatred for your stepfather never burns out. Investigators said the suspect targeted the victim following family disputes. I think he killed him over something funny, too. He looks like Johnny Derp. Teasing, of course. That's Mike Randy teasing, baby. All right, here we go. All right, yeah, I'm still at a loss for words. Proano killed his stepfather. Proano later admitted to watching his parents' home, investigators said, claiming his stepfather kept him away from his mother, who has dementia. Oh, that's what it is. It wasn't a funny reason. He said his dad was keeping him away from his mom, who was not doing too well. And they saw on video a man hiding his identity, laying out tarps. I think it's supposed to say tarps, bringing out suitcases and appearing to place an arm in one of the suitcases.
Don't say that. What? You seriously are going to put your name on that? It looks like it was written by a ball of wires with eyes. Come with me. AI detected. What the?
All right, so we're closing that out. All right, so that story, by the way, so what I was getting at was that story led me to this one. That's a very sad story, and it's the most egregious waste of fucking luggage that I've ever seen. And if you travel, you know how expensive luggage is, and there's no reason for that guy to have used three fucking suitcases to put his stepdad in. But that led me to this. So in 2020, there was a lady named Sarah Boone. She made her pint-sized Mexican boyfriend, a guy named Jorge Torres, get inside of a suitcase. Jorge was 5'3", 100 pounds. They had been drinking. A little backstory, a mutually abusive relationship, and Jorge agreed to get into the suitcase. They were fucking around. They were drinking wine at their townhouse in Winter Park, Florida, which I believe is a suburb of Orlando. And the couple had been playing hide and seek, and Torres voluntarily climbed into a large suitcase, and Sarah Boone zipped him up inside. And let me pull this up. So this is the suitcase that he's in. She puts him in, she makes him get in this fucking suitcase. He's 5'3", 100 pounds. And God bless his heart. Yeah, Matt Leo, I agree. If you're nasty to a lady, you're going to get, and if you're nasty to a lady and you're a little Mexican guy, you're going to get put in a suitcase at some point. Justifiably so as well. You deserve it. Stop hitting these ladies. He was choking her. Just being a real son of a bitch towards this woman. And eventually she said, fuck it. And she put him in a suitcase, made him get in there. And here he is. You can hear him yelling.
You've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
All right, that's sad. Him saying Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Fuck you.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Oh.
Sarah.
This is the kind of relationship I want. I love my wife dearly, and I would do anything for her. We have so much goddamn fun together, but we have never made each other get inside of luggage. And I wish my wife was a tiny Mexican man so I could force her into luggage and have this kind of video moment with her.
That's my name.
If you're a little Mexican guy in the chat, please say Arriba.
Don't wear it up.
All right. That's...
Sarah. I can't fucking breathe.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
That's fucked.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Let him know.
Sarah. Fuck you. Sarah. Stupid. Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it out.
I got you. Hit it with, that's my name. Don't wear it out. Sarah. Listen, Sarah Boone is one of the easiest ladies to root for. And I really hate the way they treated her because she had an option. They gave her a plea deal, which was if she takes a 15-year sentence, because he ends up fucking dying, by the way. She goes to bed. She wakes up the next morning, and Jorge's deceased inside the friggin' luggage. Wakes up the next day. He's dead. Calls police. They come. Can't be resuscitated. They make her a deal. They say, look, if you plead guilty, we'll give you 15 years and then you get out. She's like, no fucking way. This guy was abusive towards me. And there's documented evidence of him fucking her up. Regardless of the fact that he's 5'3" and 100 pounds, he still fucked her up at various points. So she rolls the dice. Unfortunately, things don't go her way. She's found guilty and she's sentenced to life in prison. So Sarah Boone is somebody that I think we're going to have to put some money on her books, at least send something her way. Has anybody ever dated a 100-pound Mexican guy? Please, again, go say Ariba in the chat, because I would like to do that just for shit like this. And in her defense, like, I gotta, if this trial, if you could watch this on fucking Court TV or something, I gotta see if it's available, because if you're her lawyer, you have to accentuate how much Mexican guys love pranks and prank videos. If you've ever worked with Mexican guys on any kind of a job site or even any kind of a business, at one point, the most endearing sign of affection that a Mexican coworker will ever extend your way is to show you the most fucked up video that he could find on his phone that he finds funny. These guys love pranks more than anything else. If there's anything they love more than putting tahini in their fucking Red Bull, it's prank videos. So even though this guy's screaming out to let him out, he's really just saying her name. I guess at one point he does ask her explicitly to let him out. But if you're Sarah Boone's lawyer, you have to say, look, he's a Mexican guy. He loves pranks. Sometimes you're the prankster. Sometimes you're the prankee.
Sarah, I can't fucking breathe.
It's even funnier that it's daylight out.
For everything you've done to me. Sarah. For everything you've done to me. Sarah. Fuck you. Sarah.
Oh, God. What a
Fuck
relationship.
You. Sarah. Stupid.
Yeah, Alan Wishart, she shipped him to heaven.
That's my name. Don't wear it
She checked
out.
his ass.
Sarah, I can't fucking breathe.
You can't agree. It's like, you know, they say if you get kidnapped,
For
never
everything you've done to me.
never go to a second location.
For everything
If you're a
you've done
tiny
to me.
Mexican guy, never agree to be put into a piece of
Fuck
luggage.
you.
Because this is exactly what's going to happen.
Sarah. Fuck you. Sarah. Stupid.
Also, the funniest voice
Sarah.
possible to be coming out of that suitcase.
That's my name. Don't wear it out. Sarah, I can't fucking breathe.
Yeah, anything you'd like to report at customs? But this is deeply fucked up, man. Yeah, a life
For everything
sentence
you've
when
done
she was
to me.
offered a
Sarah.
15-year
For
sentence.
everything you've done to me.
Even more fucked up. It was a jury who only
Fuck you.
deliberated for 90 minutes.
Sarah. Fuck you. Sarah. Stupid.
All right, so she found him unresponsive, and she's the one that called 911, by the way, so that also works in her defense. Come the fuck on, man. Testified in her own defense, which give her a lot of credit for that. All right, I think I got a video of her speaking. Oh, yeah, we're going to see Sarah Boone.
I zipped him up. We thought it was funny, and we're joking about how he was, I guess, small enough to fit inside of
Oh, man.
the suitcase.
God, I got to find out how
trying
big
to
she
kill him?
was.
Never.
Did you
Oh, Sarah. Sarah, baby. You don't deserve this. Yeah, Candy Wilson, that's her, baby.
want to kill him?
I mean, she looks like a
I did
defrocked
not.
nun, but
Did
still
you
a
do
bad bitch
anything to help
nonetheless.
him escape from the predicament that you zipped him up in?
No.
They were just playing hide and seek. It was all fun and games until it wasn't. Alleged suitcase killer Sarah Boone took the stand Tuesday to tell jurors what she says happened the night she reportedly zipped her boyfriend into a
Shark
suitcase
eyes.
and let
Those are
him
scary.
die. Boone testified it was all just a joke, so how did things take such a horrific turn? We're going to take a look back at the top moments from Sarah Boone's testimony.
Yeah, we
Welcome
got it
to
right here.
Sidebar,
We gotta set
presented
up
by
some
Law
shit,
and
man.
Crime.
All right, let's see.
I'm Jesse Weber. Hey guys, this is a Law and Crime out while Boone seems to laugh and calls him out for apparently cheating on her. And since her arrest, Boone has gone viral, not
Rockin'
only for
bud.
the bizarre and insidious details revealed in the buildup to this trial and George Torres' death, but also she's apparently very difficult to work
He looks like a
with.
little keychain.
Boone had various attorneys bow out due to conflicts of interest. Then others asked to be removed because working with Boone was basically impossible.
Oh,
the
fuck
judge
off.
decided that she actually forfeited her right to counsel and that she would have to represent herself at trial, whether she wanted to or not. But her current counsel
seems like a
swooped
problem.
in at the 11th hour to represent her. Now,
Right.
Sarah Boone has claimed a battered woman's defense, a battered person's defense. And it does appear that she and George Torres were in an abusive relationship. And essentially, this defense is a way to justify self-defense, the use of deadly force, if you were subjected to repeated abuse. Now, to be clear, domestic violence charges.
All right, good clarification, Dunbar. She's got a big head, but she's not a big lady. And I think that's another thing that her lawyers should have accentuated, because some people are just going to be watching this trial. They see her sitting on the stand, and it's so much easier to be sympathetic if you see she's closer in stature to her tiny Mexican boyfriend than what her head would lead you to believe. I got to go to law school, man. I could have got her off, no
between the
problem.
two previously, and photos of Boone's injuries allegedly at the hands of George were shown in court to the jury. And Boone herself had a chance to tell her side of the story on Tuesday when she took the stand. Now,
All right,
she
yeah.
described-
I have to start defending people like this. So people were kind enough to start a Sibian fund, start a chimp fund. If we could, if you guys can find it in your heart, I know times are tough right now, but if you could find it in the heart to get me like $65,000 so I can go to go to law school and study Mexican suitcase law, I'd be forever indebted to you. And as a token of my appreciation, if any of you ever run into trouble with a problematic Mexican pint-sized boyfriend, please know I got your back, no questions asked. I'm packing my bags to get on the first flight to get to you.
how she and George had been drinking heavily for most of the day in question, that they had been spending some time at home since they didn't have money to really go out. She said that they had been playing.
That's also sweet. That should be a service you can get. You know, how you can get like in-house hookers. You should be able to hire I just want 4 of the wildest, tiniest Mexican guys to come over and just drink as many beers as they can tonight. It's kind of like just, wetting a gremlin after midnight.
They were doing some art projects, and then she says that George wanted to play a game of hide and seek. And shortly after,
Thank you. Show me the 1099s.
Deadly turn. So from here, I'm going to let you hear it from the defendant herself, Sarah Boone. Take a listen.
I don't even think I made it all the way down the stairwell because I was just looking for him as soon as I could to hopefully go upstairs as soon as we could. And I looked over and I saw him settling himself in the suitcase.
What did you do?
In my head, I said, oh man, we're obviously not going to sleep anytime soon.
I started having a
Got
cow.
to him. Did he see you?
Yes.
All right. Tell us what happened.
I mean, I zipped him up. We thought it was funny. And we're joking about how he was, I guess, small enough to fit inside of the suitcase.
All right. So what happened?
How do you fucking not burst out laughing at this point? It's like you're asking me on goddamn court TV to, with a straight face, tell you I told my Mexican boyfriend to get inside of the suitcase. I could not believe that he fucking fit. He did it. and I kept his ass in there. I hate court. That's why I don't even fucking go.
From there, it was.
Could you imagine getting a jury summons and this is the jury that you get put on? This is my dream scenario. You just naturally think that, all right, great, I got fucking jury duty. There's going to be some fucking, gay ass accounting case I'm going to get stuck on. But no, it's like you got, Mexican suitcase adjudication. No chance I'm convicting anybody. I cannot. People like to say that they like to discount themselves from having to serve jury duty by saying that you're racist. No, I'm playing this one by the book. I'm telling the lawyers and the court everything they want to hear just so I can get on this jury and just acquit this poor woman just so she can drink in peace and find her next Mexican prince.
We were laughing about it, and it was just strange that he was small enough to fit in there, and then I kind of moved it around a little bit with him in the suitcase still. It was still funny that he was still
Take him
in
to
the
the airport.
suitcase. Just, I think he and I were just kind of couldn't believe that he could fit in the suitcase.
Hey, do you have any lithium
Did
batteries
you
inside of
eventually
here?
close the top?
No.
Yes, in order for, well, the top was already closed. As he was settling himself in there, that's how I knew he was in there, was because the top was kind of flopping a little bit.
Okay. So he had gotten in there to hide, and he pulled the top
Yes,
on top of it. But you could tell he was in there.
yes,
You saw him right away.
yes,
All right. So at some point, did you zip him up?
yes.
Did you? And what was he saying or doing when you were zipping him up?
We just thought it was funny.
Were you both laughing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I guess this is the only
And,
Mexican guy to not have
so
a knife
you
on
zipped
him.
him up. Were y'all still laughing once you zipped him up?
Yes.
So again, according to Sarah Boone, this
Dude,
was
that's so tough. You got to
one
bite the corners of
big
your mouth to
joke.
keep from laughing
Now,
out loud
they
as you
consumed
recount
a ton
this.
of alcohol that day, and especially when he was intoxicated.
Dude, look at his little
so keeping
outfits.
him confined, she said.
Dude, his chain is actually an ankle bracelet. Yeah, that's one thing. This is what all right, hopefully this loads right now, but like this is what I think they're about to get into. But when you let
So
a
it
tiny
goes on
man
for
out of a
about 10
suitcase,
minutes.
you better believe that little Latin temper of his is going to come flaring out, and he's going to come out of that goddamn suitcase like a casa on fuego.
Yes.
You heard it here today, did you not?
Yes.
You heard his voice as he was speaking from the suitcase.
Yes.
That was his voice on the video and audio.
Yes.
And you heard your voice on the video and audio.
Yes.
That was your voice.
Yes.
All those things said by the man were said by George in that 2-minute video.
Correct.
All the words said by the female were said by you in that 2-minute video.
Correct.
Were you intending on showing him the video the next day?
Yes.
At the time or the next day, is it fair to say you don't even remember a videotape?
I do not.
So,
Yeah, she likes to party. She's a ton of
from
fun.
what you can tell from watching
Everything
it,
about this lady's
did that
relatable.
refresh your memory about that event?
I did.
I love her. I love
Why
her.
did you say all that?
I want you all to know that the majority of the time, am always afraid and always scared.
All right, well, I understand that. Okay, I understand that. But would it be fair to say that you had some anger at that point?
I did.
Yeah, he
Would it be
fucking
fair
hit
to
her
say that
before, man.
you
He gave her
wanted to tell
black
him
eyes
off
and
to some
scratched
degree?
her up.
I just wanted, yes,
All
for
right,
him to have
oh,
a better
God.
understanding. Which was the whole point of the video.
It's not even like a want
And
right
you
now.
could tell
I
that he
need to
was
go to
uncomfortable.
Mexican suitcase law school so I can defend people like this because
I'm
this is
guessing.
fucking insane.
And did
That-
you want him to feel some uncomfort?
I did.
Okay.
So, in other words, she's telling the jury that this video was her.
All right, the suitcase isn't even bulging. He's got room. He's got some air. Like there's, he's not packed in there. Like this is kind of like, this is like a day before payday lunchbox. It's like you just throw whatever bullshit you got in the cupboard into this fucking thing, and it's barely enough to get you through your fucking shift, but it's something. Not even a goddamn bulging suitcase. Not even pushing hard. It's like if he was seriously in danger, you don't think you would see little fist prints coming up all over the place, little footprints poking out of that turquoise material. Yeah, and this would be a carry-on. I mean, come the fuck on,
to
man.
talk to George, to get him to listen to her. But also in that video, she can be heard seemingly mocking George and reminding him of times where she says he beat her up. Now, what is not on that video, she says, is George threatening to hurt her if he gets out of the suitcase.
It got very heated very quickly, and he continued to push on the suitcase. And my fear was that he was going to break out of the suitcase, knowing that it was a broken suitcase.
All right, Dunbar, great point. It's that he was folded in half, not lack of air. That explains so much more right now. I'm also, Dunbar, I might need, when I graduate from Mexican Suitcase Law School, I might need to hire you as a defense expert to explain the logistics of what typically happens to these little firecrackers once they get in there. So if you'll take me up on that offer, you know, we'll work out some kind of payment plan, but I would love to have you join the defense team. If anybody else has any skills that they think would be applicable to helping our cause in fighting the good fight against people who lock their tiny Mexican boyfriends in suitcases, please let me know, because I'm building a crack squad right now, and my goal is for not one more lady like Sarah Boone to have to go to prison for playing a very funny prank on her tiny Mexican boyfriend after drinking a 1.5 liter bottle of wine. This is bullshit. This is
his
fucked.
hand started to come through. His hand started to come through this way. And so I shook the suitcase. Trying to get his hand to go back in, shaking it, and telling him that, please stop doing this. Please stop doing this to me. Please stop doing this to me.
So his hand actually got out of the suitcase.
Yes.
And you went to the suitcase.
Yes.
And shook it.
Yes.
Did that force his hand to go back in?
No.
Not even fucking around. This all seems like reasonable shit that you would do.
Were you shaking it?
Getting fucked up in your own fucking house. Anybody in the chat, if you've done something comparable to this, please let me know, because I would guarantee that every single one of us has done something like this to your littlest fucking friend. There's always a guy after you're all fucking around in your boy's garage or just in the basement or something like that. You've all had like 8 to 12 beers, and the tiniest man you know, the wheels start turning, and you're just like, yo, Georgie, get in that fucking dryer right now. Everybody in here has done something like this. There isn't a tiny man on the planet who hasn't been forced into something he should not be in, just for the sake of making everybody happy when you're getting fucked up. I hate this case so much.
I get the suitcase, his hand back in?
Yes.
How long did you shake it?
I don't know.
But his hand was still out.
Yes.
Was he trying to get out?
Forcefully, yes.
Was he angry at you?
All right, Kenny Wilson, did y'all see the dad pointed a leaf blower at a 6-month-old baby's face and killed the baby due to shaken baby syndrome? I did see that, and he might have seen this and taken this too far, but you got to wait for a tiny baby to grow up to be a tiny man to start doing leaf blower shit. I've always said that. Yeah, tiny guys are going to get stuffed in shit, man. Welcome to the fucking world.
Were you in fear?
Always.
Yeah, you see this guy's fucking eyes?
If he would have gotten out of the suitcase, what would he have done to you?
Like he used to tell me, he probably would have made me unrecognizable, or I would have lost my life.
Okay, that testimony is key to Sarah Boone's defense. Remember, she's claiming self-defense, that her life was in imminent danger if George got out of that suitcase. And all of this fear
that's tough, man.
stems from a history of alleged past abuse. So we're at the point where George is doing anything he can to get out of this suitcase.
Yes.
Eventually, did his hand go back inside from you doing?
Yes, finally he had.
All right, I think she's hitting him with a bat here. Just want to make sure I get clarification on this.
I did.
We see to the different areas of the suit.
A baseball bat and.
All right, let me back.
George
Right,
is
here we
doing
go.
anything he can to get out of the suitcase, even sticking his hand through, but Boone claims she is deathly afraid and is not going to let him out.
For the split-second reaction that I had, I happened to see that, and I grabbed the baseball bat and was trying to poke his hand to go back in to please don't break through, please. So I hit his hand.
And you said you poked him with it?
Yes, I kind of pushed. Like I
Can chicks
held
do
it
anything
with
to
the
these
skinny part
fucking guys who
here, and
abuse
then
them? Like, golly,
So
man.
you're up here.
prodded at it. Yes,
You grabbed it with both hands here,
yes,
and then the barrel of the bat, the big part of the bat is here.
correct.
And you thrusted it into the
right, somebody's
different
laughing
areas
in
of the
that courtroom.
suitcase?
I started with his hand, and his hand, he was still trying to get out. He was still trying to do that. So I started to
gotta rile
push
him up a
on
little
the
bit.
suitcase around it, hoping to have his hand retract and go back
And also, too, it's like she could be like, look, man, we're probably going to make love at the end of this night. And it's going to be a much more passionate experience if he's riled up when I let him out of this suitcase.
You made those injuries.
I did,
We've seen the photographs.
yes.
Yeah, Dunbar, I hope they show them here. This is the ones they're referring to. But, like, yeah, he did fuck her up.
See the bruising. Is that from that bat?
Yes.
Eventually, did his hand go back inside from you doing?
Yes, finally he had subsided and retracted his hand.
Yeah, Matt Leo, that's true. The cops did come out multiple times for both of them. He fucked her up and she hit him as well.
So in your mind, did you prevent him from attacking you?
Absolutely.
Did you believe that he could breathe in there?
Yes.
Did you ever believe he could die in there?
No. At all.
Were you trying to kill him?
Never.
Did you want to kill him?
I did not.
Let's set the stage one more time here. To be clear, Sarah Boone is admitting to not only zipping up George in the suitcase, but also essentially shoving him inside of it. First by shaking the suitcase, and then even with a baseball bat.
How did she get
So
convicted of murder?
eventually the tense moment dies down and George stops trying to escape, but she still doesn't let him out. She just walks away, heads upstairs. Now, you might be wondering, why didn't Sarah Boone just call the police at this point if she was truly this afraid of George Torres? After all, George is zipped up in the suitcase. He can't hurt her from
They
inside.
come all the fucking time, man. God
Turns
damn.
out she did make a phone call, but it wasn't to the police. It was to her
Called Domino's.
ex-husband. And that's all she says she remembers before going to sleep, leaving George Torres inside of that suitcase where he eventually died.
You better
what
not
was her
call me if your
reaction
tiny
when
Mexican
she found
boyfriend
him
is
the
in the
next day?
suitcase again.
How did you feel when you saw the suitcase?
I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that before.
Describe it to the jury.
I guess it was, I was aghast, and
Dunbar, I get
I
she
can't
did kill
describe
him,
the
all right?
feeling of
But
terror to a certain degree.
I think it's
Sorry,
fucking
say that
around.
again
Like, there's
now.
got to be
It was
some kind
terror
of
to a certain
consideration
degree.
taken into a prank. Like, geez Louise,
I just
man.
can't describe it in words.
You gotta be able to fuck with a guy that
of
small.
Remembering. And then he was still in there.
The most fucked up aspect of this whole case is they actually buried him in the suitcase.
So what did you do?
I immediately unzipped the suitcase, and I was screaming, George, 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 and I was shaking him, and I pulled him out, and I stretched him out flat, and then I began instantly trying to do CPR, and then was trying to look for a pulse or a breath or just anything, and was just screaming his name over and over and over again, and come on, George,
100 pounds.
and I continued CPR, and I continued CPR, and he was gurgling, and
What color was he?
what color was he?
He was brown.
He was purple.
It's at this point that Boone calls her ex-husband again, who then tells her, call 911. And then George is declared dead.
What a call to get if you're the ex-husband. It's like you finally think you're free and clear, and then it's like your ex-wife is calling you at 7 a.m. and she's like, you're going to be mad at me. It's like, let me guess, you crash your car drunk. It's like, no, George is dead. I left him in the suitcase overnight.
Now, Boone admits on the stand that she lied to police, and she gives more details that might support her battered person syndrome.
I lied to the police.
I said he was Chinese so they would get him proper medical care. Oh, my God.
Basically everyone, because I was extremely fearful of being arrested. I made
I get it.
the first attempt of me calling 911 by telling them what happened, and I thought they were going to help me, but instead I was arrested for calling 911.
So you made the decision to lie.
I did.
Did you stay with that lie?
I did.
Are you telling the truth today?
I am.
Now let me take you back to the
Alex, enjoy it, brother.
to this incident.
Dude, I love a lady who gets so fucked up that she'll forget that she locked you in a suitcase overnight and lies too. Maroon, that's a woman. Man,
Is it
fucking
fair
mad,
to
dude.
say that when George Torres is sober, he commits no violence against you?
No.
Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Is it fair to say that every time that he's intoxicated or every time that you're hit by him or harmed by him, it's when he's intoxicated?
Yes.
They fucking open that suitcase and 8 Michelada cans come spilling out.
As a result, when he's drinking, does it change your outlook?
Yes.
Could you explain that to the jury?
All right, well, I love her.
Incidents that Boone testified to. Well, I have to tell
I
you.
gotta.
Her
Yes, Joey, this
descriptions
is BTK
are really
makeup. I was doing a
brutal.
BTK
And she says
BDSM
that they
cross-dressing photo shoot before we started the
always
stream
occur.
tonight. Oh, these might be the pictures of
Your
her.
arm?
Yeah. Oh
Were they caused by George Torres?
Yes.
And during the same incident, is this you?
Yes.
Is that an injury or bruise to your ribcage area?
Yes.
You had to go to the hospital?
no. Sarah, I like that logic. Sarah says she obviously put him in the suitcase to sober him up, but he was just so drunk it took too long. Love it. Sarah, if you don't mind joining my legal team once I graduate from Mexican Suitcase Law School, I really need that kind of expertise. So I appreciate that. Yeah, it's kind of like a suitcase is kind of like a tiny man drug tank. Incredible logic. I love it. And we're really building. This is like an all-star cast of defense experts that we're building here. So anybody else, before we move on, if you feel like you have any kind of talent or skill that you want to add to helping exonerate women like this who have to defend themselves somehow, seems logical that they're just clearly playing pranks, but unfortunately the justice system is fucked and we have to defend ladies who lock their tiny boyfriends in suitcases. If you have any kind of skill that you think might be applicable to exonerating these ladies, please let me know and we could really use your input here.
The result of these injuries to your thigh?
Yes. It was
Okay.
extremely painful.
Is that a depiction of the burn?
Yes.
Is that your thigh?
It's my thigh, yes.
And your knee?
Yes. So
All right, guys. So that's
George
it.
stabbed me in my leg.
Where, again, she would ultimately leave him to suffocate and die.
Can we see how it was that the two zipper parts were positioned when you say that Mr. Torres was able to get his hand out? if you want me to do it, I'm fine to take your
They
direction.
should have rented a midget for the day to put him in there.
From what I remember, this is how the suitcase works.
I mean, seeing that fucking thing that from that angle really accentuates just how tiny this fucking guy was, man. I wish we could see a full body picture of George Torres. There's no chance. If I Google the name George Torres, there's no chance. I don't know. Maybe we'll hit pay dirt that we can maybe get a full on body shot of, please, God. I'm doing this with the best of intentions. Pure heart, clear eyes. I really want to help better understand this. So please, 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 please give me a full-on body shot of this tiny Mexican. No. Scary fucking guy, man. Look at that fucking face. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah. I knew it. I knew we weren't going to get a full-on body shot. I think this one right here is the closest we're going to get, where he's got the Blues Clues sweater on. Man, well, we'll find it. Maybe I'll message her, see if I can get a fucking full-on pic. But Sarah, help's coming, baby. I promise you, we're going to do everything we can to help you get the fuck out of this predicament that you're in. And, yeah, I appreciate you guys asking the tough questions in the chat. Dunbar, I appreciate you challenging me, man. This is a part. This is only going to make me a better Mexican suitcase lawyer. So I appreciate you guys, all your input on that one. And yeah, we gotta exonerate ladies like this, though, man. I can't go to bed tonight knowing that ladies like Sarah Boone are fucking locked up for putting their little guys in there. If she weighed 40 pounds more than him, there's no way he could abuse her. I rest my case. Bro, I'm going to rent a little man. Watch the damage he can do to you. He was 5'2", 100 pounds. Man, I guess the only silver lining to this case is they were able to bury him in a Minion casket. They probably even could have got a good deal on one of those resting M&M caskets. Let's look those up real quick, because usually they bum me out because they're always like kid size. But now that I know that men this small exist, it's kind of comforting to know that this is where they could rest. All right, we're going to look up tiny coffins. Hold me closer, tiny coffin. And if there's one that... No, this isn't what I had in mind. Yeah, you would think just Googling the words tiny coffins would give you exactly what you want, but I guess you really got to fucking... Oh, here we go. This is what the Jorges are getting buried in. All right, this is going to get depressing pretty quick. Show me a Minion casket. That's what I want. All right, let's... They're really doing good work with Minion caskets. I've seen a few really good ones. Minion casket, Minion casket, Minion casket. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is what they buried Jorge in. This is what they should have buried him in. All right, so we got some nice Minion stuff here. We got the Captain America Minion. This one is my personal favorite. So it's like you're surrounded by minions. This is how you want to go to the afterlife. You want to be placed into the netherworld with 2 coins over your eyes, surrounded by minions in your casket. That's... All right, I don't really like that one. It doesn't do it for me. You guys mind looking at some adult custom caskets with me? Because that's a lot less depressing. Adult airbrush casket. I know there was one guy who really was like head and shoulders above anybody else doing caskets. All right, yeah, this is... All right, we got a sick dead dude alert. If you're getting buried in this, you've been immortalized in bowling alleys. Your fingers stink to the grave. You want fucking fiery sperm decorating your coffin. That's a pretty cool one. Oh, that's actually... I don't... Oh, yeah, that's a nasty Patriot coffin or ash box. All right, enough of this Bing shit. We're going to Google custom caskets, baby. Dude, Bing is so fucking lame. I gave you a shot, Bing. Might as well be fucking asking Jeeves for this shit. Yeah, we're going to switch this out, baby. We going stinker mode, baby. We going stinker mode in this bitch. Yeah, the OC Choppers coffin. Chuck E. Cheese tokens over the eyelids. R.I.P., brother. Custom caskets, baby. Just picturing the fucking Tuttle family screaming at each other. But by the end of the episode, you better believe you're getting a minion casket out of those fucking angry wops. Now we're talking. All right, here we go. Oh, baby, look at this shit. God damn. Dude, this is why I wanted to die during the pandemic, because I could have been buried in something like this. You get a fucking Cadillac casket. There's no shot of that happening right now. Whew. Dude, when my parents died, like, finding out how much all of this shit cost is infuriating. And it makes you realize, you know, there was a point where I probably... Oh, no, that's terrible. Custom caskets to honor your little ones. Get out of here. All right. All right, so we got... Oh, boy, this is... All right, so we got the New Orleans Saints hood casket. I do like that one. Oklahoma State. Purple Roses is kind of nice, too. The cow casket's kind of fucked up. This is probably the worst way to memorialize a fat ant. I wouldn't go with that. That's really disrespectful. There's a lot of cow caskets. Ooh, the interior lining of a cow casket. All right, that's too much. How to vinyl wrap a casket. We're going to watch that. We have to see this. This is captivating. This is what I want to get into. This might be my old guy hobby, just getting into making custom caskets. I have a little bit of space in my garage that I could easily fit a coffin in there. I think I want to do this. Seems like a two-man job, though. It's going to be hard to get those creases out. Oh, man. No! I don't know. It straightens out pretty well. He lost me initially, but now he's got me back. Yeah, I'm going to be making caskets sometime soon. No, I would love to be an Anne Frank's attic, though. I would be acting up in that attic. Dude, how many people were in Anne Frank's attic? There were like close to 10 people, I think. There had to have been somebody who was a prankster and was just like, yo, I'm having an extra piece of chocolate tonight, and if anybody tries to fucking stop me, I'm screaming. By God, they will find us if I don't get nougat in my fucking gullet. All right, this seems like it would be so much easier with two guys doing this. Fucking, bro, get a fucking second guy. This is driving me nuts. Dunbar, I'm with you, man. It's, please, there's got to be somebody out there with a pair of hands. But I guess, like, if you go to fucking Show Enough Caskets and the guy that's doing your shit has dreads, you're kind of getting what you pay for. Although the artwork does look pretty good, it seems to be high res. All right, I'm going to fast forward a little bit here because, yeah, we got to. Brother, you save yourself so much of that ironing shit by just having a... All right, man, dude, we're... Am I alone in this? This is driving me fucking insane that this guy is going through this much trouble to put this fucking vinyl laminate on this casket. Yeah, this is too much for this job. I wish everybody success, and I don't want to shit on this because this guy probably has a pretty good business and is working hard, but brother, there has to be an easier way to do this. This video is close to 18 minutes long, and I feel like this could probably get done in about 7 minutes if done a specific way. All right, he's got the X-Acto knife out. All right, the top, I don't know if that's just the shadows, but it looks a little bit wrinkly up top. All right, I want to get a starter casket and get the shit I need to put this vinyl stuff on there and see how I could do with my casket making. I really think I could do a good job with this, and I think this might be my calling. All right, we're going to go closer towards the end. All right, it's looking pretty good here. All right, it looks pretty nice. All right, I wonder if you get to pick the people you put on there or if that's just... All right. R.I.P. Tyrone. It looks pretty good. All right. So there was a method to his madness. It seemed like a long way to get there. It does look pretty good, though. So I give him a lot of credit. So I apologize, sir, if you're watching this by any chance, please. All right, this looks like a lot of fun. I have to do this shit. Has anybody ever had a fucked up job where they had to deal with dead people in any capacity? All right, you got to shrink rack the interior. Nobody does vinyl interior. I think that's where you really separate yourself from all your homies who are really going ballistic with the wraps on their caskets. All right, pretty nice. All right, that's a pretty nice casket, but all right, man. I guess there's more than one way to skin a cat. Yeah, that's some shit I got to get into. Oh, there's a couple more things I want to show you guys. All right, we're done with tiny caskets. Done with Jorge. All right, she's done. Oh, Keffe D. I almost forgot about Keffe D. Keffe D is the guy who was constantly telling on himself. He was telling on his own ass for fucking years in books, on podcasts, and they finally arrested him. But Keffe D, oh man, Dwayne Keffe D. All right, so Dwayne Keffe D. Davis is a former Southside Compton Crips who was known to investigators for decades in connection to the Tupac Shakur killing in September 1996. God damn, that feels like forever ago. I could not believe Tupac died when they announced that he was dead. You just assumed that Tupac's always going to make it. And this is Keffe D. This is the guy who they're charging with his murder. For years he said he was there, but he didn't pull the trigger. But I guess police found out something different.
I think we all agreed not to start till Monday, but I'd hate to tell her Friday. Has to be done earlier on Thursday and then have to wait Friday.
All right, before we go in, I want to read up some of these dead jobs. All right, Bobby Hill, I was a nursing assistant. The death wasn't the part that was interesting. The part was when a sentinel event happened that indicated a quick decline, like a bad fall or paranormal stuff. Yikes, man. Sarah says, I'm an interior designer and design senior living communities. Casket interiors are just the next step. I have a monopoly on my hands. Oh, yeah, I like the way you think. Lost in the Sauce. At 16, I had to clean out a shitty old man's apartment. He was dead for more than 2 weeks in the summer. Yikes, man. We had to go in with hazmat suits on. The smell is still in my nose. Oh, man. I think when you get old, you got to go out like a wolf and go into the woods alone. Alex, man. Oh, dude, one of my cats did that. I still have a hard time processing that, but my old cat, his name was Killer. He was the sweetest cat, and he was itching to go outside. We started letting him go outside. He would always come back, and then one day, the last time I saw him, I was driving down the street perpendicular to my street. He was crossing in front of me. I slowed the Perkmobile down. I said, Killer, get in the car. And he just looked at me, and then he just kept trotting across the street. I was like, all right, I'll see him tomorrow. Never saw him again, man. That's why it was so hard for me to love cats again. But here I am, biggest fucking pussy guy on the planet. All right, so this is Keffe D. What a nugget on this guy.
And panel.
Okay. Would you agree with that, Mr. Sampson?
Yes, Your Honor.
So Thursday afternoon, we have a full day.
All right, not a good sign when your judge is
Okay,
named
so
Carly.
have them come back Thursday at 1 for peremptory challenges, and then at that point, if we are ready to go,
I don't think
we will
people named Carly should be able to be judge.
have everybody at least read the pre-admonitions to them, but not swear until we have them.
Thank you, Alex. Pussy never dies. Thank you, brother. I needed to hear that.
That would seem reasonable. As long as
Oh, man, Keffe D's lawyer is fucked up.
This is the Monday. That'd be great.
Yep, that's sort of the plan that I've been sticking with as well, so no change to that. Able to sentence you on the first-degree murder portion. That carries either 20 years to life, or 20 to 50 years.
Yeah,
20
Keffe looks like he's kind of fucked, man. I want to get to his lawyer. I want to see what this guy
or life
sounds
without
like
the
because it does
possibility of
not look promising.
parole. In any case, I'll give you a
Get
moment to
him out.
consult.
Yeah, he's...
At this point,
Let's see this fucker.
first-degree murder, if that is their verdict. Okay, perfect. I will have this
Judge
stipulation
Carly.
and waiver of penalty phase or penalty hearing filed. That should.
Yeah, if this guy just...
I might be asking the court for a day to depose.
A day.
A day to depose Steve Wilson
Oh,
on
man.
August 19th.
Yeah, if your lawyer's a guy with long hair, you're fucked, man. This is... I feel bad for Keffe D. Yeah, this guy's definitely done some Cinemax porn. He probably got the law school bug just like I just did watching that tiny Mexican guy get shoved in that suitcase. And he's like, dude, I wanna defend guys who kill rappers.
So
Now look at
apparently
him.
my office had submitted a deposition.
You gotta cut your hair, man. You
subpoena
can't keep
for
it.
Mr. Wilson to make an appearance on a separate issue that's not related.
Unrelated
Keffe
to this
D and
case,
Kimmy G.
you have a legal matter
Correct,
that
Your
may
Honor.
have to occur.
And that would be on the 19th.
Okay, and let me look.
All right, so cops knew that
Now my
Keffe D...
concern is, of course, I would have moved it, but the problem is,
This.
though, that
So cops knew about him in the 90s, and they knew he was involved in a fight, and they did not have enough evidence to charge anybody. But Keffe D could not shut the fuck up about this, and he kept making public admissions, and he put out a memoir in 2019 called Compton Street Legend. Oh, we got to buy a copy of that. You know, I'm going to buy a copy of Keffe D's book. Let's look up Compton Street Legend. Come on, Amazon, don't let me down. All right, $20. You nasty twin. 232 pages. That's longer than any one of my books, so I'll give Keffe D that. All right, it says, former Southside Compton Crips leader Dwayne Keffe D. Davis provides firsthand account of the Tupac and Biggie murders, revealing street code violations and conflicts between entertainment, streets, and law enforcement. All right, yeah, we're going to get that book, baby. Keffe D. Man, that's one of the things is like, as a guy who's going into law school that I understand very well, is like you just can't write a 232-page memoir about how you were involved in Tupac's murder. That's one of the things that I understand before even sitting my ass down in a single law school class.
Hardship challenges as
All right,
well
so
as the
they're
individual
picking jurors here.
To the sequestered board, you're doing cause. Okay.
Listen, Keffe D, man, just
Waiver of one challenge is not a waiver of.
please get every copy of your book taken off the fucking shelf, man, because this is not going to work out in your favor. All right, Keffe, all the best to you, brother. All right, babe, I got a couple more things I want to show you guys. Oh, man, this is kind of fucked up. There's a fella in the Little Stinker subreddit, Stavros is fat and gay. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. But there's a big gooner problem at dollar stores. So the issue is that gooners are going to dollar stores and trying to nut on ladies. And in a lot of cases, they're successful at it. It's called cum sharking. And it's happening more and more. And I think there was actually an incident today where a guy was arrested today. And it's as fucked up as a crime as I think you could commit. But there was a big one in one that went viral. It was big in the sense that many people were aware of it. In June 2024, a lady at a Dollar Tree realized that a guy had ejaculated on her leg. She confronted and chased the guy. And I'll see if I can pull that up here. Really fucking disturbing shit. I don't even know what I type in to get that. Dollar store goon. Yeah, dollar store gift ideas. Let's see if we can get this goofball. All right, I think this is it.
Look, he fucking nutted on my fucking neck! You go to hell, bitch! Oh
Jesus
my
Christ,
god! He nutted on my neck!
I mean, what the fuck, man? Yeah, skin these fucking guys alive, man. So, this article here, Guardian, this is one of the few outlets that I've seen fucking address it. So, thank you to the Guardian for bringing fucking light to fucking this gooner subculture. Yeah, the woman in the court papers says MR never much liked going to dollar stores. She found them cluttered and chaotic, with too few staff on duty and too many strange people roaming the aisles for comfort. But in December 2023, she went anyway because she was planning a promotional photo shoot for her doggy daycare business in Houston and wanted some cheap Christmas props. They'll be in and out quickly enough. She walked the aisles. MR said in an interview she sensed the man standing close behind her. She turned to confront him and noticed that he was a good 6 inches taller than her. He was talking in graphic detail about sexual things he wanted to do to her. You're so disgusting. Get away from me, she told him. He stayed close. They locked eyes while she waited in line to pay. When at last he left, she thought that was the end of it until back outside in the chill of the winter morning, she felt something cold against the back of her leggings. Ew. The man had ejaculated on her. I didn't know how to react. I wanted to kill this man. What the fuck, man? She was 47, recalled the horror and helplessness. Hours later, on the advice of a sister who worked in law enforcement, she fished her soiled leggings out of the garbage and took them back to the store to report what had happened. A clerk listened to her account and, not seeming to realize that MR misunderstood Spanish, shouted to a colleague in a back room, "Tenemos otra. We got another one." I don't know. If anybody's like better versed in gooner subculture, let me know like why guys are doing this in dollar stores. Is it just because people shopping there are kind of like probably hard up financially, so it's kind of fucked up to even be in there? All right. Masturbating in public and surreptitiously ejaculating on random women was known as tagging or sharking or even cum sharking. online forums praised perpetrators for being low inhibition and low inhib, as users contributing to the discussion said they wish they could summon the same fearlessness in themselves. Dollar Tree cropped up again and again as a favored location for such attacks. Why? Why would I don't know. Yeah, any gooners out there? Holy fuck, man. Yes, Drifter. He was. And I think most, if not all, of these fellas that we're reading about were. All right, so here's the one guy. He looks like he's got the build of a guy who would do this. Like, no. All right, yeah, I guess yes. But he looks like a guy. All right, uneven shoulders. No man who doesn't come in a store doesn't wear that jacket. That's definitely the jacket of a fucking Kohl's comer. He just whips his shit out and ejaculated while staring me down. Dog, what? I can't believe that just happened to me. Yeah, it's something about the weird head shape, too. I would bet that if we got a turnaround shot of this guy, we would see he has uneven eyes, because uneven eyes are usually the mark of a diddler. And I think that the same general principle applies to dollar store cum sharks. Is they got uneven eyes, they got especially round heads, and the ears might be a little bit off as well. All right, that's Jesus. Man, this is while most appear to pursue their self-pleasure in private goon caves and are not criminals, some gooners, I like how this is becoming commonplace terminology. Some gooners, the lawyers found, took pride in public acts of masturbation, and some were committing sharking assaults at Dollar Tree stores and posting the footage online. They did find an individual going by the name Goon God, brother, please, who had a page on an amateur porn site offering more than 200 sharking videos for $25. I can't think of anything less appealing. As a guy who subscribes to numerous OnlyFans, I don't know, man. I guess there's something for everybody out there. Another gooner who was caught filming himself while masturbating at a Dollar Tree in Fern Park, Florida, told police that he did this regularly in different locations and uploaded the videos to an OnlyFans page. All right, this is a lot to take in. Yeah, it might be fun to do like a sting operation to try to get gooners to whip their shit out, and I don't know, maybe dump Slurpee all over them. Jeff Dahmer had a history of indecent exposure before he became a serial killer, including an arrest in '86 for masturbating in front of two 12-year-old boys in Wisconsin. Jeff, all right, no longer a Dahmer guy. In both the book and film Silence of the Lambs, a prisoner housed next to Thomas Harris's fictional character serial killer, Hannibal Lecter, flings his semen at FBI agent Clarice Starling. I remember when I watched that scene for the first time, I was in a motel room in Baltimore, Maryland, and my aunt took me and my sister along for the trip, and we were sitting in a hotel room watching Silence of the Lambs with my aunt's colleague Barbara and her son David, and I asked my aunt what just happened, and she flat out explained it to me, and I instantly regretted asking. It's crazy how you can have secondhand cum embarrassment, but man, those fucking gooners will do it to you. Dollar Tree assaults essentially bring these elements together, turning a criminal act into some combination of a dare and misogynistic joke. Damn, that's pretty cool, reads one comment in an incel forum in response to a 2018 sharking video. The video has since been taken down because they knew people were going to go look for it. How did he not get caught there? Yeah, this is... Oh, I like how they point out this guy. Oh, the Bikini Beans guy. Oh, yeah. Around the same time, another episode went viral. Not at a dollar store, but at a coffee shop called Bikini Beans in Tempe, Arizona, where a man was filmed masturbating as he ordered from a female barista at the drive-thru window. He ended up offing himself. I want to watch that right now. Watching the smile disappear from this guy's face at Bikini Beans really brings me joy. All right, Bikini Beans Gooner. I got to get to Bikini Beans. Has anybody been to Bikini Beans yet? I feel like they're unfortunately most associated with this dead gooner. One big issue I have with Bikini Beans is they don't tag the chicks who work there with their Instagram profiles. Which I'm sure is for their safety, which, all right, I guess now that I say it out loud, I guess I get it.
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you...
Hi, my name's Nautica Malone. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, it's a bit of a funny story.
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you...
Hi, my name's Nautica Malone. You're probably wondering...
What do they think? Has there ever been like a time in history where somebody has done something like this and chicks are just like, oh yeah, thank God. Thank God you pulled up and just started jacking your shit in front of us. Oh, God bless his heart. I think he had a family too, which wouldn't be me, man. You're not going to catch me gooning in a Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru, I'll tell you that. Yeah, very fucked up shit. I mean, what's the penalty for cum sharking? All right, have any of these guys been adjudicated? All right. More than 60 similar cases were reportedly identified by attorneys investigating the phenomenon. All right, I don't want to practice that kind of law. But I'm good, man. I'm good on cum sharking if you guys are. All right, Colts, man, here's the deal. I feel like I would be a breath of fresh air at Bikini Beans because I'm very professional when I go to these kind of settings, and I would get my coffee. I would wish good day to the people working behind the counter, and I would leave a generous tip. Oh, man. Oh, so this is a fun way. All right, listen. So I have been ending on R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet. YouTube has been giving me issues for it. So if it's cool with you guys, I might start skipping the R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet. I absolutely love fucking doing it, and I love watching it. But YouTube's being a real motherfucker about this shit. And I might have to start skipping it if it's okay with you guys. If not, I'll deal with the repercussions, and we'll fucking deal with it. But I found something else that I wanted to talk about to close out the stream instead. So this lady, all right, so this is a
where did you get this?
I made it.
All right, so I'm on fucking TikTok now to look this shit up. There's a lady who's been going to Disneyland for the past decade, and she is obsessed with Peter Pan. And the crazy thing about this is she's not like hyper fixated on one specific Peter Pan. Anybody who's in the Peter Pan fucking costume she's going up to them and just bothering them relentlessly. And technically she's not doing anything against Disney rules. She's just being incredibly socially awkward and making these people feel very uncomfortable, which you're going to see in some of these videos. And it's giving Disney adults like me a bad name. Some of us just like to go to the parks. Hey, Patrick, some of us just like to go to the parks, have a good time, ride the rides, relive good memories with our parents and our families, and just keep it moving. But some people like to go and just bother the dog shit out of these poor fellas dressed like Peter Pan. And that's what this lady's doing. So this month, people are really fucking going after this lady. They're calling her a Peter Pan girl. And she is just fucking hounding these guys. Oh, Matt Leo, I would love to go on there and defend my Disney love. Yeah, I'm actually going to Disney in 2 days. I'm going to Joke World this weekend, but I'm flying into Orlando Thursday to treat myself to a park day. So if anybody's up for it, hit me up and maybe we can coordinate. But you're about to see how awkward this lady is towards this poor fucking Peter Pan. And I never thought I'd say those words. So I guess, you know, shout out to her for bringing those words out of my mouth. But you're going to see how awkward this gets pretty quickly.
I did. I made it. This is really nice. Thanks. What am I supposed to do with it?
I want to.
So the lady who's a problem is the one who presented Peter Pan with this duck.
Take a picture of you with it.
Okay.
Oh, you guys look just like each other. If you were a duck.
Hey. Perfection. Oh, if I was a duck?
Yeah.
I guess you're right. Amazing.
So would your duck quack or would it crow?
Oh, it would definitely crow. It's not as good as me though.
No.
What? So why are you looking at me like that?
Alright, I'll take
No, it's for me though.
I'm getting a little uncomfortable right now.
I'll take a picture of you with it.
Oh, but it's not me. It's not for me though.
Do you want one?
If you wanted back, you could have just said so.
Trying to create space between him and this lady.
You can have it. I can make another one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You're sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, can I get it on video that I gave it to you? Oh boy.
All right, so this is her. All right, so this is Peter Pan girl in the mentally ill dress. Dude, look at Peter Pan's body language here. Like, my God, there has to be... I could only imagine the level of surveillance that's present at Disneyland. And how nobody came to this fucking guy's aid. Look at the way he's gripping the fucking wall with this psycho, hounding him about presenting him with this duck, which she already fucking gave him. And now she wants to get herself on video presenting it to him again. Which, by the way, Disney characters are not allowed to accept gifts. I learned that.
Whoa, it's just like you.
It looks like you.
Oh yeah. This is great. What am I supposed to do with it? Okay. Is that what you wanted?
Sure.
Great.
You're such a brat, Peter.
Hey. I'm not a pirate. Now what?
Now you're gonna take a picture with her.
Okay. Here.
You have to take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna name it though?
How do I take care of it?
You have to feed it twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Have
keep
an idea.
it.
I have an idea.
All right, still playing along, man. I think he's being, I mean, just an exceptional sport here by still supporting this lady because he does not have to do this. There's got to be a point where they can hit like an eject button to let Disney security
It's
know
really nice. Thanks for making this for me. Even though it wasn't originally for me.
that this is a problem.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I have a lot of things. It's for you.
Oh no. I can make them.
Actually, you make a lot.
Lost in the sauce. Fly away, Peter, for Christ's sake.
Oh.
What is?
What do I get? Oh, you want another prize? Do you still have the leaf?
I do. I really do, actually.
Does she have the leaf?
No, she really does.
Body language alert again. He's now hiding. He's hiding behind a wall and peeking around a corner to speak with her.
Weren't even there.
I saw the video. I'm her number one fan.
Crashed.
Told her the day it happened. Huh? I literally told her the same day it happened.
Oh, okay.
I copied it.
Let's find you something different then. I just want to give you the same gift to me than once. What else do you like besides leaves?
Fly away, Pete. Look at her following.
Ducks.
Dude, she is on his ass. And
FMT?
the Mad Hatter.
That's a duck? That's not a duck. What is it? What do you think it is? It's a chick. So you lied to me.
It's a duck. I made you a duck. I'm sorry.
It took some luck. Ducks have...
All right, this is another dividing line that I have with Disney. So I think with every Disney adult, Disney adults are regularly demonized across the board. I get it. I understand why people think it's fucking weird. But there are like nesting dolls of Disney adults. This is the extreme. I think bothering characters as an adult for interactions really separates certain Disney adults from other Disney adults that are just cool guys like me looking to have a good time at the parks. Do you guys agree with that kind of logic, or does it seem a little bit coping?
Next, this is a chick. They're all tiny. Hey, quack, look. Quack, 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 quack.
This is the guy in the BTK.
That was pretty good. Whatever that was.
All right, yeah. I did forget that I had BTK makeup on, so I'm trying to rationalize what a normal cool guy I am. So, all right.
See, it's a crow. Yeah. You're showing my
by sounds, this is a crow.
Oh, where did you get this? I made it. I
There's other
did.
videos of her here.
Oh, where did you get this?
You see this street here?
What is her fucking name for the Pan girl? So she's been at this for over 10 years now. And I saw wasn't substantiated, but somebody said she got arrested, which I don't believe because Disney has to allow the stuff. Here she is.
This is who people are calling the Peter Pan girl, and people cannot help but feel bad for the
so
actors
Peter Pan
that play
here.
characters at Disneyland. So this girl clearly is a Disney adult. She will go to Disneyland specifically looking for Peter Pan and has an obsession over him. In just this one video, which is rather long, you can see she's not only brought him a gift, but then completely takes
different
up
Peter
his
Pan
day
here.
walking around, and in this part you can see that he is so glad to see the Mad Hatter to hopefully take some of the pressure off of this girl interacting with him more than she normally should. She continues to stick around Peter Pan. He has to keep up this character with her, talk with her, and then continue to walk around the park with her. And the conversation online is for adults to stop this behavior at a younger age so that they don't become odd in society when they grow up. I feel like it's
Do you know how much the Peter Pan girl has spent at Disneyland? That may be why Disneyland hasn't banned her. Every time Tony arrives at Disneyland, the first thing she does is rush over
look
to
at
Peter
her
Pan
run, man.
and
She
follow
can
him
really
around the whole
move for
time. The
a
actor
big
playing
dog.
Peter Pan felt extremely uncomfortable about this and
Let's
brought
back
the
that
issue
up.
to management on his
She
own
can
initiative.
fucking-
Yet Tony arrives at Disneyland, the first
Yeah,
thing
she
she
got-
does
ooh, look
is
at that
rush
giddy
over
up.
to Peter Pan
Yeah, she
and
can
follow
get-
him
that's-
around the whole time. The actor playing Peter Pan felt extremely uncomfortable about this and brought the issue to management on his own initiative. Yet his concerns were ignored because Tony has spent a substantial amount of money at Disneyland. First off, Tony buys all of Disney's merchandise and character costumes. As we all know, Disney releases thousands of new merchandise items every year, including numerous holiday-themed, event-exclusive, and park-only limited edition goods. Tony purchases every single one of them without hesitation for collection at home. Over these 10 years, she has spent approximately $2 million
All right, that's a cool
US.
sweater.
Second.
All right, I got to plan my outfit for Thursday. Tanker. Yes. All right, fuzzy discontinuity design. He snapped on Tankerbell. Yeah, I think it's hard. I think it's much harder to look down upon her because she's a Latina. I think Latinas they get a lot of wiggle room. If this was an Irish barrel ass, she would have been kicked out of the park and shot.
Tony visits Disneyland at least once every week. For this purpose, she
Oh God, the dream. Any other Disney heads in the chat? Because I would fucking give anything to be able to go to Disney once a week. I feel very lucky that I get to go to Joke World Fest, and it's only like, I think it's like an hour and 20-minute drive, so I'm going to make it. And I feel very lucky to sneak in a day there at the parks. Rudy, I know you're a Disney head, brother. Yeah, Alex, that's a very strong, earnest point. Maybe I just find them off-putting because I can't find joy outside of being sarcastic. I think there's a lot of truth in that. I love going to Disney because the rides are a ton of fun. The ambiance is great. I feel like you really do get what you pay for, and it really does, evoke some strong positive memories from times that I've gone there with my family. And it is very easy to find joy at Disney. But then there's people like this who really take things to an extreme and just ruin it for fucking cool dudes like me.
specifically got the Inspire Key annual pass, which costs $1,999 per year. Sometimes she cannot bear to part with Peter Pan, so she chooses to
that's a
stay
good deal.
overnight at Disney hotels directly.
$1,100 for a year Disney pass is pretty fucking cool. God, I would love to be able to afford that. That's the dream, baby. Does anybody in the chat have a year Disney pass? If so, how often do you use it?
single night costs roughly $600 US. Lastly, Tony brings gifts for Peter Pan every time she meets him. In return, she wants intimate interactions with him. However, Disney has a rule.
That's too much.
Fourth time approaching the Peter Pan cast member. Furthermore, since the cast member's role is to serve the public, her constant clinging to him also disrupted other guests who wanted to take photos or interact with him. In the video, she says, "Parents, don't let your children become weird." Here, weird refers to behavior that is generally not accepted by society. Fourth time approach.
All right, I don't think Disney characters should be allowed to hug guests. Call me old-fashioned, but I don't know, man. That's my age speaking, man. I always forget how old I am until I say some shit. Like, Disney characters should not be able to fucking touch guests. But I swear to God, if Donald ever put his arm around me, I would burst into fucking tears, man. Hey, Fuzzy, did you enjoy it? Fuzzy, my father finally took me to Disneyland when I was like 15. My ex-girlfriend had one. We went like once a month for a year, one time. Not bad. It was like $3.50 for a park hopper pass back then, so I guess that was worth it. Alan, I've never been to Knott's Berry Farms. I would like to check that out. That's not far from Disneyland, right? Lost in the Sauce. I've never been to Blizzard Beach. I got to check it out. Maybe I'll go get sunburned at the water park. Yeah, Fuzzy, that's one of the great things about Epcot is Epcot and Hollywood Studios are probably the most adult-friendly parks because you can get hammered and do all the fun shit there. Yeah, I got to get out to fucking Knott's Berry Farm, man. Yeah, I feel a big push toward amusement parks. I was never really big on non-Disney parks, but I really fuck with Universal Studios, and I would do Knott's Berry Farm. And I might even try Six Flags. My son went recently, and he really loved it. Oh, I couldn't imagine how cool Nickelodeon Studios was. Get the fucking Dan Schneider experience. You get in free as long as you turn in your socks. Oh, God. Oh, God. Do terminal illness kids get, do you get in, you get the Fast Pass? Clown 13. I'm going to be there again in January. So I'll try to mention it a few times. So, and I know I'm going to get to Disneyland again when I get out there. So if it happens to be a day that you can make it, that would be awesome to meet up. Really, Fuzzy, you prefer Six Flags? All right, man. I've only been to Six Flags once, and it was the one in Jersey. And it was a little too Jersey for me. I didn't like all the line butters, and it wasn't really for me. But I don't know. Maybe Six Flags are different around the country. Knott's is really close to Disney, and now they got this $30 food pass. You can get a food item from every place once an hour, and you can buy multiple passes to get more per hour. I don't really eat much when I go to fucking parks. It might be fun to do like a pig out day or something like that, but typically I don't eat a lot once I get in there. Dude, Clayton, great call. Hershey Park is awesome. It would be a ton of fun to do a Hershey Park day and go to a concert at night. I saw Foo Fighters there like, I think maybe 2 years ago, and they were incredible. I think the venue's really outdated, but it is nice to have as just an option. If you have elevated seats, Hershey Park's outdoor venue is pretty cool. Yeah, Mike Trainer, I tried to eat like a pig at Epcot as well. I went to the fucking the German buffet, but it was taking so long to get fucking seated that I just ended up bailing. Dunbar, what was the Universal personal VIP tour like? Yeah, SCV, they do have the Six Flags here in Texas. I think there's one close to San Antonio and then one close to Dallas. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. What fun we had tonight, guys. Thank you for joining me for all this. I love doing this shit with you guys. and I appreciate all of you who show up in the chat and are so kind and supportive and saying funny shit, and especially all the people that were so helpful during the Mexican suitcase dilemma. JNF guy, I appreciate you, brother. I really love doing this shit. Yeah, this is as good as I get. Like dressing up, having my own room to dress up like BTK and do this shit. This is the dream. And I fucking say it all the time, but this shit, this is my fucking version of heaven. It's just getting to do this shit on a regular basis and having $15 in disposable income to get BTK makeup and wig to really to do things that I want to do. So I appreciate you guys for making this possible. Alex, how big of a shit did you take after the mukbang? I don't really remember it being memorable other than I took a shit almost immediately after. I don't think it was that big, but it was out of the ordinary for me because I normally just unload in the morning and I'm good for the rest of the day. So it was something to be able to shit at nighttime. I would like to do it again. So there's so many last meals out there, and if anybody's got one that sticks out that you think seemed like a very cool last meal to have, I would love to try it and I would love to do it. I definitely want to do it again. I loved having Dylan here with me to do that. Sweet Dylan's going to be working with me on a lot of stinker stuff that I'm going to be doing here in Texas. I'm very excited about that. Either next week or the following week, I'm putting out a video, which is going to be the first in a series of creepy LA stuff. I'm going to be putting out a video on the origins of Laurel Canyon, which is a very fucking strange, fucked up place with some weird people, obviously, that came through there, but there's probably some weird connections. Not probably, there are weird connections to government collaboration with people to influence culture. So I'm going to be putting out a video in another week, maybe 2 weeks. Then I'm also doing some guest episodes with people here in Texas. And yeah, I'm just going to keep cranking out fun stuff, man. I really like doing this shit, and I like doing, I really especially love doing these streams. Yeah, Alex, I agree. I should have did the ice cream last. I really fucked up on that one. That ice cream hit me really hard. I didn't expect that to really come on as quickly as it did, but golly, did it really fucking hammer my belly. Yeah, Dylan fucking rocks, man. Dylan's so fucking capable from a production standpoint, but also he's so funny and he's just so much fun to hang out with, and he's really down for anything. I really feel lucky to be his friend and be working with him. Really a solid dude. Oh yeah, Alex, Chaos by Tom O'Neill. For the longest time, I thought fucking Helter Skelter was the definitive book on Manson. And it still has value. I think it has value in regards to timeline and detail. I don't necessarily agree with the motive that they're trying to hammer home in the book, because it was written by Vincent Bugliosi, who was a real fucking scumbag and who was the prosecutor in the Manson trial. But Chaos by Tom O'Neill is a very interesting book, and it's really eye-opening in regards to what was possible. I don't know that there's many definitive conclusions, but I do like that it allows you to just form your own conclusions and also just show you the possibilities of what might have been a possible motives during that time for the Manson murders, which 57 years ago. Yeah, just a couple of days ago was the 57th anniversary of both the Tate murders and the LaBianca murders. And weird Disney Manson note, the day that the Sharon Tate murders happened also happened to be the day that the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland opened. Very fucked up. One of my favorite rides in both Disneyland and Disney World. The day that fucking Haunted Mansion Disneyland opened just happened to be the day that the Tate murders happened. So very spooky stuff. Woo. Yeah, Bulliosi. I think it's always a telltale sign when a guy has a second family operating concurrently with his OG family. If you got a second family because shit doesn't work out, divorce, whatever, hell yeah, go for it. That's yeah, you deserve to be happy, man. But when you're fucking creating second families while you have another family at home that thinks you're the only family, real weirdo stuff, man. And that was Vincent Bugliosi. All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight, man. This was a fucking ton of fun. I was happy to talk chimps, talk a little bit of murder, talk a little bit of weird Disney stuff with you guys. Oh, my God. I could go on and on about this stuff, man. So I appreciate you fucking, humoring me. Yeah, I'm with you, Alex. It ruined the allure of the summer of love. Thinking it might have all been coerced. Yo, Easy Skis, what up, brother? Welcome. Dude, yeah, it was kind of crazy. Like, thinking back to a time where you could support two families on one fucking income. Dunbar, I love you, brother. Dunbar, I might have already asked you a while back, but are you going to Skankfest this year? Also, is anybody going to Joke World Fest this week? I really hope to see you guys. Red River Motorsports, what the fuck, man? Thank you so much. God damn. That's so generous of you, and I really appreciate you, man. Oh, dude, Bobby Hill. Yeah, I was watching the video of that fucking psychiatrist, man. I think Lindsay Clancy's lawyer is doing a very good job. For a guy with that accent and that build, you think he's going to do less of a job than he's doing. But anything that I've seen from him through clips from each day of the trial, he seems like he's doing a very good job. Especially hammering not only that psychiatrist, but a lot of the medical professionals, man. No, Alex, I really love doing this shit, man. This is all fun. This is all fucking fun. Like, there's nothing about this that ever feels like fucking work. And anybody who does this shit that tries to make you think that it's difficult or it's work in any fucking capacity, get fucked and get a real fucking job. We've all worked, everybody in the chat, we've all worked real fucking jobs. So this shit is fucking gravy, and getting to do this is real. It's just fucking, it's fun, and, that shit's never lost to me. So I can't say enough. Like, I'm deeply appreciative to be able to get to do this shit, man. And this is, I can't fucking say it enough, man. Happy to do a coherent nonsense, man. Have a good night, brother. But yeah, if anybody's going to Joke World Fest, hit me up, because so the festival's 2 days, and I got a late schedule the first day. I'm thinking, I love you too, Joe. I think my stand-up sets are in the middle of the first day on Friday, so I'm going to go to the Tampa Bay Rays game. The Rays Stadium is like a few blocks from where Joke World's popping off. So if anybody's going to Joke World and you want to go to the fucking Rays game with me, just hit me up. I'm happy to go with you, because I've always wanted to check out that stadium. I really love stadiums that are just fucked up. And Tropicana Field, I don't know what the timeline is for its existence, but I imagine it's on borrowed fucking time, even though they just had to replace the entire roof. But I've always wanted to get to that stadium, and I feel like I'm finally going to get to do it on Friday. So if anybody's either going to Joke World or you live in or around Tampa or St. Pete, hit me up, and I would love to see a game with you. Love you too, Fuzzy. Oh, thank you, Lost in the Sauce. Yeah, Shadow Homie, man. I appreciate you checking this out, man. Yeah, we were acting up tonight. I would like to do a full-on photo shoot of the BTK stuff, and I especially want to see if I can get myself up into the tree. There's no way that he was able to do that shit on his own. You can't convince me otherwise. Maybe I'll do it for Dad Meet. Maybe Tim will hoist me up into the tree, and maybe we'll do a Dad Meet episode with me in the tree and Tim below me. That's one of the reasons why I love Tim, is I know he would do that for me. I know Tim would hoist me up into the fucking tree for a BDSM photo shoot if I asked him. And Tim's special is coming out August 18th. Please check that out. I've said it. I can't say enough. Tim's special is one of the best specials I've ever seen. I would say, and it's not even me just being partial because he's my friend, but the 3 best specials I've ever seen are Patrice's Elephant in the Room, Nick Mullins' Year of the Dragon, and Tim Butterly's fucking special that's coming out on August 18th. I cannot say enough good things about it, man. Tim has been the funniest guy on the fucking planet since he's been a kid, I'm sure. But since I've known him, it was insane to me that in the early days of fucking doing comedy with Tim, that more people weren't tuned in to just how funny he fucking was. And it seemed insane as the years progressed that more and more people didn't become aware of that until within the past few years, where more and more people started to rightfully understand just how fucking funny Tim Butterly is. And I cannot wait to see so many people become aware of that with his special coming out on the fucking 18th. Tim's my dog, but also just in recognizing how great someone is at what they do. He puts on a fucking clinic on this fucking special. And this is just a half hour of what Tim fucking does. Go see him live. Go to timbutterly.com. Go see him. I know he's got shows coming up, and I know as soon as this fucking special comes out, people are going to be fucking knocking down his door to get him booked at their clubs. Please go see him. Tim is a guy who could be doing fucking arenas and fucking stadiums. Tim is that fucking funny, and it's only a matter of time before those kind of opportunities start to present themselves. So I'm telling you now, go see fucking Tim. As funny as he is on podcasts, as funny as he is when you meet him in person at like Skankfest or at fucking Joke World, Tim might be the greatest stand-up comedian right now. I think it's like when somebody held a gun to my head and say, who are the funniest fucking stand-up comedians right now? The first 2 names that would fly out of my fucking mouth are Tim Butterly and Sam Talent. Oh, man. I love fucking Tim so much, and I'm so glad that people are going to see how good he is at fucking stand-up, which is crazy because I would say maybe 6 years ago when we did Skankfest for the first time, it was Skankfest Houston. Tim hadn't done stand-up for a number of years. And when you get booked at Skankfest, it's like part of the obligation is you got to do stand-up. And when we got booked for fucking Skankfest, Tim's like, oh shit, I got to start writing jokes again. And I remember the feeling as though like having to put together 10 minutes was just anxiety inducing. And to go from that to what he is now is fucking insane. But he's always been the funniest fucking guy. So it's no fucking surprise. I don't know. I could rave about Tim all fucking day, man. But thank you guys for everything. Thank you for being so supportive. And I don't know, man, just fucking, I don't know. If I could do anything for you guys, I feel like everything is always like, you guys give so much to all of us, man. I'm truly not bullshitting when I say if you need fucking something, if somebody lives around here in fucking Austin, Texas, and you need fucking help moving a couch or something, I'm not fucking around. Call me and fucking hit me up. I'll fucking help you move your fucking couch. I don't know. If you got to get your mom out of a home, let me know. I don't give a fuck, man. But I don't know. I'm just deeply appreciative of the life I get to lead, and I really appreciate you guys making all this shit possible, man. It is. I feel very lucky. And I say this full sincerity and BTK makeup. So thank you guys, dude. Red Driver Motorsports, you're fucking insane. Thank you so much for fucking everything. No, I fucking owe you guys everything, man. Dude, one thing that gets lost in this, and it fucking drives me nuts when I hear people talk, when people talk about any part of fucking comedy being tedious or fucking laborious or fucking, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. Get fucked and go work a real fucking job and learn what fucking work is, man. But we're able to do this stuff because you guys support us, and it fucking, it's not lost. It's definitely not lost on guys like me, fucking Tim, fucking Shaner, Drew, Naeem, like everybody. It's like one of the common denominators amongst all of us is just how fucking lucky we all are to get to do this stuff. I don't know. I could suck it. Dude, put your fucking meat up against the fucking screen right now. I'll fucking suck it. But, all right, guys. I love you guys. Thank you for making this stuff fun. And, let me look up when the next stream's going to be. Red Driver, thanks again, brother. I really appreciate you. I know I put it up there on the Patreons. I think it's going to be a little while. I know I put it on my Patreon. Shit, you know I'll be posting on my Patreons. Shit. That's the fact. Okay, here we go. The streaming schedule. The next one is going to be Saturday, August 22nd. So not this Saturday, the following Saturday. It's going to be a regular Morning Maniacs with Mike at 10 a.m. Central. Pumped to do that. And I like that so many of you guys came into the chat to fucking support tonight. So I would like to do more evening streams if you guys are into that. If you have a preference for time or date, let me know. Unless I got shows, I don't have shit going on at nighttime. So if you guys prefer fucking weekend streams too, on nights that I don't have shows, I'm happy to do a fucking stream because this shit's so much fucking fun. Yeah, just let me know, baby. You know I stay streaming. Yeah, so whatever works for you guys, let me know. Oh, baby. Oh, dude, yeah, Shadow Homie, great point on that. Mike Ridley is so goddamn funny. If you haven't listened to Radio Ridley Radio yet, it's so goddamn funny, man. OG Matzaballs, dude, I love getting barbecue with you a couple weeks ago, man. Thank you for meeting with me. You guys rock. Who else is fucking killing it right now? Rough Week podcast. Christoph and Luke Tuma, Christoph Jean, two of the funniest fucking dudes. Oh, if you're in Orlando, Thursday night, Christoph and Luke are going to be at Alex's Comedy Underground, which is a killer fucking venue. If you haven't been there yet, go check out a show. Alex Barbosa's got a ton of great comedians coming through there. And Christoph and Luke are going to be there Thursday night. Yeah, East, I'm happy to do fucking later streams, man. Yeah, I don't give a... The only day where I really have, I guess, like, time constraints is the day that we do Dad Meet, which kind of fluctuates. Usually we do Tuesday afternoons, but it's been fluctuating lately just because everybody's got a different schedule. And tomorrow we got Ian Fidance coming in, which I can't wait for that. But yeah, aside from Dad Meet, and I do Tuesday night getting some head goals. I'm sorry, Wednesday night getting some head goals groups. Aside from those, I really have no definitive time constraints every week, and I just kind of, you know, I'll do spots around Austin on the weekends, but during the week I'm kind of just fucking around, jacking my shit. So if there's any night that works for you guys that you think would be good for a good streaming time where you just want to fucking decompress and talk about fucked up shit, let me know. Maybe I'll put a poll on the fucking Patreon or something. But I would like to do some weekend streams as well. And also, if you guys got anything that you want me to show on the streams, just send it to me wherever you feel like messaging, whether it's on the Patreon, Instagram, Twitter. Actually, Twitter is like, I don't know, I get backlogged pretty quickly. So I guess Instagram's one of the better ways to get something to me. Or Patreon. But if you want me to show something, I'm happy to show it. Just let me know what it is. As long as it's Stinkers themed, I'm happy to talk about it. Yeah, man, Ian's coming through tomorrow. Dude, Ian's the best. I know he was here Sunday. Quicksand played a show in fucking Austin. I was hoping to get to it, but tickets were a little too expensive. I think they were like, when I last checked, tickets were like $90, so a little too rich for my blood. But I don't know, before I go, what concert, you guys going to concerts this summer? There's a couple good ones coming up. Stained is coming, which I can't wait. Stained, Hoobastank. I think Seether's coming with them in friggin' October. They're going to be at the Moody Center in Austin. I'll be at that bitch. So if you're going to that, say what's up if we see each other. Sick New World's going to be in Dallas. I'm going to try to get out to that if ticket prices come down. Yeah, they got fucking Slayer, Deftones, System of a Down. I think Knock Loose is there. I might just be wishing this, but Harm's Way might be there too. I really hope to see those guys up and running again. Oh, Black Keys, sick. I haven't seen them yet. Oh, Manson's coming. Matt's Balls. I'm glad you brought him up. Manson's coming Yeah, he's doing 2 nights here. I'm hoping to see him at least one of the nights. That was one of the best concerts I've been to. It was the Mechanical Animals tour that Manson did. What fucking year was that? Was that around 2000? But Antichrist Superstar was... I was a fan from that album. And, yeah, when Mechanical Albums came out, that became one of my favorite albums. Still is. The whole album you could play straight through. And Manson seems like he really locked in and is really fucking on point. So I hope he puts on a good show. Rob Zombie's always been great. What's it going to take to come to Spokane, brother? So I'm messaging like any place, virtually every city that has like a smaller venue. I've probably messaged them, and it's really like a numbers game for like. It feels like a lot of like your likeliness of getting a response from clubs or venues is dependent upon your social media size. And I think I'm kind of like in a middle ground where like I'll get some responses, you know, because when people see how many like Twitter followers or fucking Instagram followers you have, but I don't have enough yet to really get a definitive response. So it's just a numbers game. I'm really hammering as many fucking clubs and contacting as many places as I can to get out there. But I will. Maybe I'll see if some of my more famous friends can pull some strings for me to get Spokane out there, to get me out there to Spokane. In Detroit in September, DJ Quick, Scarface, and Devin the Dude. That's a sick concert, man. I don't know if I could do a Fish concert. Rudy, have you been to a Fish show before? I would go just for the experience. I'm not a Fish fan, but I would go check it out. Same with Dead and Company, although I'm not sure they're doing any more shit. The Grateful Dead have some of the best fucking merch, and a lot of it is coming through like bootleg sites. Even though I couldn't tell you one fucking Grateful Dead song. I do like their merch a lot. Shadow Homie, who's the weirdest person to tweet at you? Probably Chad Lowe, Rob Lowe's brother. A couple years back, like he tweeted at me that he found something funny, and I tried to initiate a conversation, but he wasn't having it. OG Matt's Balls, I would love that, dude. I had a blast on Story Wars. I really love that show. Lewis fucking nailed it with the format. Big J too. It's really a ton of fun. Yeah, I would love to go back on there. I really had a fun time. Although I really overplayed my hand. I thought we were having dead mom fun, and I made a joke about TJ Miller's mom being a dead hooker, and it really sucked the air out of the room. And I regretted it the second I said it, because I thought we were having dead mom fun, but apparently we weren't. Hey, man, you miss 1,000. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, man. But I felt bad because I felt like I might have hurt his feelings. But I don't know, man. You got to have dead mom fun, especially if it's coming from another guy that's got a dead mom. I don't know. Maybe I should have established that first, but who knows? What are you going to do, man? I feel you, Red Driver. But yeah, Story Wars rocks. I can't wait to go back on there. I hope I get back on there. All right, I think I'm going to go now. I think I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to wash off my BTK makeup and go for a walk. Yeah, Alan, that's kind of how I saw it too. So I don't feel too fucking bad about it. So I think, yeah, if I offended, a certified sweetheart, like, I don't know, who's fucking sweet? I don't know. I would feel much worse if I hurt Ian Finance's feelings, because he's a sweet guy who I love very much. So I didn't lose any sleep over it. Yeah, I should head to 6th Street like this. Dude, 6th Street it might be the fucking portal to hell. As much as I love it down here, 6th Street, I don't think there's any place I enjoy less around here than 6th Street. It is, everything's piss, everything stinks, and everybody wants to fight. And I just don't want any of that at this stage of my life. But one thing I've noticed since I've been here, I don't think there's been a Rainy Street killer killing. Maybe he heard I was in town, man. He knew I was going to come down there and just suck guys off to prevent them from going in the water. Red Driver, did you like it when you lived here? Kensington Ave's definitely more fucked up, Alan. 6th Street is more just like a less nefarious Bourbon Street. You could at least walk through and not feel like you're going to be like a minimal chance of being roofied. Whereas Bourbon Street is really fucked up and there's some straight up predators out there. Clayton, I'm looking around because sometimes Bud will sneak in here. He usually sets up shop right over in the chair there in the corner. I got a bag on the chair that he loves to lay on. He's doing good though. He's really feeling himself. He loves it down here. He's got a lot of space to spread out now. So I'm happy to provide that for him because he's a real sweet boy and I'm glad we have him. So yeah, 6th Street is much more easier on the senses than Kensington Avenue. Kensington Avenue I hope to never see again. Fuck You Records. When's the Bud merch dropping? I'll have to make some I gotta make some shit. I think the first thing I'm gonna have is Bud stickers, and I'm just gonna put them in any order that people place from my website onperks.com. So if you order something from there, I'm gonna get Bud stickers made and I'll put them in there. Oh, just an update too. If you didn't see it on social media, my book release for Wigger Bible got delayed by about 3 weeks. So the end of this month, I should have it ready to ship out to everybody. It's one of the biggest pains in the ass with self-publishing shit is like there's inevitably going to be curveballs which fucking complicate the process of completing shit to the point where you can actually ship out books. But it is what it is. And by the end of this month, I'll be shipping out books, Wigger Bible books, and I can't wait for fucking people to read this book, man. And just a heads up, if anybody, I'm also discontinuing my, at least temporarily, I don't know about permanently, but at least temporarily, my custom podcast. So if you want one, just grab it now at my site onperks.com. I'm just getting kind of butt fucked with time. So I'm limiting the amount of custom podcasts that I'm selling. August 31st is the cutoff date. And I really love doing them, but I'm just kind of getting crushed with time, especially like doing so much more stuff with Stinkers. I just don't have the time to dedicate toward like scheduling and just being able to do as many as I want. So I'm at least temporarily putting a halt to them. August 31st is going to be the last date that I'll have them up on the site. Maybe around Christmas I'll make them available again if things kind of lighten up schedule wise. I hope to do that, but I appreciate everybody getting them when you have. I'm a bear. Love you, buddy. You the best. But yeah, I'm going to at least get Bud stickers printed, and I'll just put them in any orders that come through. And Butter Guy, just had surgery on my back. Any advice for getting through it all? What exactly did you have done? I had lumbar laminectomy with microdiscectomy on L4 and L5. And it was scary for a couple weeks, especially after the first one because I ended up reherniating my disc. After the second one, I had a much better time in regards to recovery. It took me, I would say like within a month, I started feeling like I can do most of my daily routine. And within a couple months, I was able to gain strength and get back on my feet. And that was 14 years ago I had that. And now, I'm able to lift. I'm able to do jujitsu. I'm more active now than I was when my back was fucked up. And it was definitely a scary time just because you don't know how fucked up you're going to be. But just take it easy. Don't try to rush it back, and just as easy as you're able to take it. I know everybody's got fucking jobs and family and just different obligations, but just try to be patient with your surgery. And okay, dude, microdiscectomy, L5, S1 at 27, a month out of surgery. Dude, I can tell you, as scary as surgery seemed, I I felt so much fucking better once it was done. The recovery from getting the surgery done compared with the fucking pain and uncertainty before the surgery, it was like night and day. So please just know it can get a billion times fucking better. And whatever you're struggling with now can be, you know, an afterthought, you know, in the near future. So, and dude, hit me up if you got any like more specific questions. Let me know, and I'll give you a more detailed answer in regards to what the recovery was. Be very careful with fucking painkillers, man, because that shit fucking spiraled out of control quickly for me, man. It was just so easy to delve into them, man, because you're just chilling. You're obligated to rest for a while. You got nothing to do but stare at the fucking TV, and you got all these fucking pills that they're giving you. So aside from just being patient with your recovery and just trying to keep as positive of a mindset as possible, please just fucking be as careful as you can with painkillers, man. If there's... Oh, Butter Guy. Oh, you're a month out. Okay. Yeah, if something like fucking weed or edibles works better for you, I would definitely recommend that before I recommended, you know, going ballistic with painkillers. Shitting was a fucking nightmare too. Are you having issues with shitting? Thanks for bringing that up, Shadow Homie. The combination of going ballistic with painkillers and being backed up from the painkillers and not being able to shit really compounded shit. So just a full-on shitstorm of shit. But more than anything, they're... Oh, dude, Red Driver, I'll fucking record an episode on an inversion table. I got one in the garage, and I feel like $1 million after that. That might be another thing. Butter Guy, when you feel well enough, get an inversion table. I got one, I think, in the wintertime, and it really is a fucking nice option to alleviate some of the pressure on your back when you're able to. Yeah, Alan, stool softeners, you suck those bad boys down like painkillers. 100% I agree with you. Yeah, Butter Guy, that's pretty good, man. If you're down to one codone every fucking 12 hours, that's pretty good. Your shits are straight. All right, sounds like you're doing pretty well. Yeah, Alex, I'll take the fucking alcoholic ass piss over opioid constipation any day. Not being able to shit really fucks up so many aspects of your day-to-day living. Whereas having fucking beer diarrhea, I'll take that any day of the week, man. That was a walk in the park compared to opioid constipation. But Butter Guy, just be patient with yourself. All right, you're a month removed from surgery. I hope things are going smooth for you. But I promise you things can be 1,000 times better than how fucked up you were before the surgery. Yeah, it's almost incomprehensible how big the difference is. My shit was like so fucked up right before the surgery that I just couldn't stand up. It was just way too painful. I had to fucking lay down. I had to lay in the fucking hallway at the doctor's office. It was fucked. But once I got that second surgery, which was like within a month of the first one, that's when I was straight. I may have re-herniated, so I'm getting an epidural Friday. Bro, yeah, it's not the end of the world. Please, just like, I know as insane as it feels and as insane as it sounds to feel like, oh shit, I re-herniated my shit and now I got to get a second surgery right after my fucking first one. The second one, it was just, that one worked, and I don't know what factors played into it. I do have an inkling that I think my doctor was really fucking tired when he did my first one because my surgery got delayed by like 12 hours. And he came in like 12 hours. It was like, I was supposed to have it at like 8 a.m. and he came in at like fucking, it was like 8 that night. He's like, all right, if you still want to do it, we can do it now or we can reschedule. I was like, it's up to you, man. If you're up for it, I'm up for it. He's like, yeah, let's do it. And I think that might have had something to do with it because the surgery before mine was a lot more time consuming than he anticipated. Alex, I am going to read the Franklin scandal. I'm on a heavy conspiracy kick right now. And in regards to Franklin scandal adjacent stuff, I've been digging into the Johnny Gosch disappearance. Dude, it's fucking scary. That might be the scariest shit to me. And I don't like to consume a lot of that just because it will fucking send you into a tailspin. Because you realize so many of these disappearances that happened, especially in times like the 70s, 80s, and 90s, where you think it's just like some random psychopath taking a kid off a bike or something like that. You realize, like, oh shit, there's a much larger network of evil pedophiles that are just snatching kids up and just doing horrific things to them. Yeah, really scary stuff, man. Yeah, I'm with you, Alex. It's on like a smaller scale. You realize it in regards to like the Laurel Canyon stuff I brought up earlier. It's like, all right, how much of culture was actually cultivated by the fucking government? And that's as fucked up as that may seem, as that seed planted may be. It's just it's almost like brain shattering to think that, like, okay, there's this insane network of pedophiles that are still in operation, that have been operating for a very long time, which exists to just protect the worst people among us. And unfortunately, the worst people among us also in a lot of cases happen to be the most powerful people. Really fucked, man. Clayton, yeah, I'm going to Skankfest, buddy. Yeah, I'll be doing a Stinkers meetup in Skankfest, too. I haven't decided what we're going to do yet. If you guys got any ideas, hit me with them. Last year, we did the Museum of Death, which is very cool. Much different than the Museum of Death in L.A. It's much more document intensive, whereas the Museum of Death in L.A. is much more exhibit-based, but both super interesting, and I highly recommend both. Yeah, it's fucked. Yeah, so many conspiracy pages from 20 years ago are becoming true in a lot of ways, which is crazy. Yeah, it's scary, man. I'm totally new to most conspiracies. I only got into it because I wanted to start doing conspiracy stuff for Stinkers. But you quickly realize, like, how much you might need to pump the brakes on this shit because of just how fucked up the world seems to be. Oh, Matt Leo. Yeah, that shit sounds right up my alley. Yeah, the JFK stuff is really fun to get into because there's so many different ways that you think, like, okay, that seems plausible. Yeah, that's one of the more fun ones. Oh, dude, it's funny you bring up Tim Dillon because, dude, he did a great interview with Johnny Gosch's mom from his old podcast. I think he was doing it at Gas Digital. And I think Tim Dillon, he's a strong contender for the funniest fucking guy on the planet. Just so fucking smart too. But as insanely smart and as insanely funny as he is, he really did a very, very thoughtful, considerate interview with Johnny Gosch's mom that was really, I don't know, really, really eye-opening and leads you further down the rabbit hole of what could have potentially happened to that poor kid. Yeah, that's it. Tim Dillon's going to hell. Yeah, he's a fucking top tier talent, man. I think I could watch Tim Dillon do anything and be entertained by it. Far Wild, I don't think so, man. I think it's just going to be me, baby. I'm waiting to watch the doc first before I listen, but I can't find it. Dude, I couldn't find it either. So I found every video on Johnny Gosch is either like a news report or it's like a collection of people just discussing the case. I haven't been able to find it either. Somebody out there, I know somebody's got it. And I read what did I fucking read? It wasn't an article. It might have just been a Reddit post where they mentioned, might have been a Lemon Party Reddit post where somebody was just talking about how Tim Dillon was staying with Ben, and they just watched is the documentary called Who Took Johnny Gosh? They were talking about how they watched that, and that is what kind of led me down the rabbit hole. But I haven't been able to find the documentary yet, so if anybody's got it, let me know. Johnny's mom is still alive. I couldn't imagine what that lady has to go. Like, what do you do? Like, aside from just having to live with the weight of all the possibilities that could have happened to your fucking kid, how do you go to work? Like, at what point are you just like, are you like 3 months in and you're just like, all right, well, my car's going to get repoed. My landlord's busting my balls about fucking rent. I have to go back to work. Meanwhile, my fucking kid's missing. Yeah, Matt Leo, there's been nothing from the Rainy Street Ripper. I think he just went away. Must know I'm prowling the streets protecting all these fucking hot gay guys. But not on my watch. You're not going to, purge the fucking twink population while I'm here. Yeah, everybody's trying to keep Austin weird. I'm trying to keep it gay. You're not going to fucking drown my gay guys. I'm over my fucking dead gay body, brother. There's a way earlier episode where him and Ray Kump discuss it, but I'm waiting till I see the doc. Dude, Ray Kump is so funny too, man. Just got back from Lorna Shore. Oh, dude, who did I fucking see them with? I saw them in Reading. They were with Gojira and I think Mastodon. They were fucking great. Yeah, that's a great idea. I might reach out to Ray Kump. I've never met him, but I would like to say what's up. He really makes me laugh, man. The finisher, yeah, it's fucked, man. I could read about murder, and very rarely does something get to me, but like that, the shit that ties into like, kids and fucking, sex slave networks. I that shit really bothers me. Oh, Clayton Kerwin. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, dude. What if I set a trap for the Rainy Street Killer on Rainy Street? Maybe I should try to catch him. That's what I should do. I got to go to Mexican suitcase law school, like I said earlier, and maybe I got to set a trap for the Rainy Street Killer. See if I can bring him to justice. Dude, there was a time, it might have been the most seriously I've ever taken Benoiting my entire family. But I forget how the conversation even got brought up. But I mentioned that there was something insane in Philly. Like there was a murder and police were offering some insane reward, like $50,000 if you could find the killer and bring him to justice. And I was having a conversation with my wife and she was like, oh, you should just see if you can like solve a couple murders, and said it with like the most sincere face I had ever witnessed. And at that time, it was just like, yeah, I completely get Chris Benoit. I completely understand. If I had Eddie Guerrero's number right now, I would text him to tell him the dog's out back and the back gate's open. But goddamn, do I love that babe. Hey, Funky Fresh, I'm glad. I'm glad this is what you get to see before you go to bed, baby. No, Chris Chan is somebody. Oh my God, Chris Month has got to be coming up soon, man. It's different every year, and it's got to be sneaking up on us soon. Yeah, we need a bait twink. I think that's one reason why the Rainy Street Killer might have chilled out a little bit, because he knew there were bait twinks lurking. He knows that there's bait twinks out there, although I'm more bearish. There was a time where I think 19, if I shaved, I could have been twink. I was a twink I could have been twink. If I decided to go that route, I could have been twink. And I'm thinking of a specific memory where I was doing dumbbell curls in my room at the age of 19, just thinking to myself, this has got to be appealing to somebody. I think it was a 25-pound dumbbell that I would just look in the full body mirror and do curls with my shirt off. Hairy as all get out, but knowing that if I decided to shave it off, I could go full twink if I wanted to. Yeah, bait twinks, that would be a pretty sick show. Yeah, we're talking bait twink shadow, homie. You know what this devolves to. We're 3.5 hours into the stream, so you know we got to have bait twinks lined up. Bait twinks are going to come up at some point. I know 45 minutes ago I said I was leaving, but what do we get talking on? Concerts, and then eventually that leads to bait twink. Lifetime twink. How are you, brother? Welcome. Otter. Oh, my God. I love learning all these new terms. Otter boy. In the hierarchy of hot guys, where do otter boys fall in line with twinks? Would have been bear bait. Thank you. I think that's complimentary. Thank you, brother. Man, I'm trying to picture what I think otter boy means. It feels like it's below twink. Yeah, I got a buddy who's a real twink guy, and my buddy Graham, he loves his twinks, man. And yeah, you get it when you see the twink population out there. It's like, yeah, these guys kind of rock. Otters are always on their heels. All right, voluntarily or just out of instinct. An otter is just a hairy twink, really, because that sounds counterintuitive. Picture Murr for Otter Boy. Okay. Man. That's not what I would have thought. A puddin' possum. Is that a real term? Or is that all right? We got puddin' possum, twink, otter boys. It means you hold hands through glory holes. Dude, is there a Rosetta Stone for gay stuff? Because so much of this I've never heard before. Yeah, I got to take a gay nomenclature class. Oh, I will look it up. Thank you, Riley. If I didn't have my sweatpants on, I would show my pussy. Yeah, where do femboys... listen, I feel like we talked about the Johnny Gosh rabbit hole. I feel like right now we're getting into the hot gay guy rabbit hole pretty quickly. Oh, man. Yeah, this rocks, man. All right, femboys are just sassier twinks. Thank you, Dunbar. Rosetta Dome. I think Rosetta Dome is the perfect way to end this stream. All right, guys. Sweet twink dreams to all you guys out there. Sweet dreams to all you otters out there. Sweet dreams to all you femboys. Who else are we leaving out? Pudding possums, bears. Who else do we got? Everybody that falls under the homosexual spectrum, a good night. And sweet dreams to everybody. And I just wish the best. All twinks go to heaven. I agree with that, Matt Leo. Riley, we were just talking about just conspiracies, and that led to the Johnny Gosh documentary, which I couldn't find on YouTube, and I couldn't find anywhere on any streaming services. So if anybody's got a link for that, let me know. The Hanging Hog Hounds. Oh, my God. This is too much to process. What time even is it? It's 11:30 Central Time, and we're talking Hanging Hog Hounds. All right. This is where I got to bow out. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you next time, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh, before I go, yeah, Riley, the last podcast on the left, guys, those guys are so fucking inspiring with how much great work they fucking do. I really love what they're doing, and that was I listened to them before I started podcasting. That was like I went from WTF with Mark Maron to Last Podcast on the Left, and those guys are still great, even with Ben Kissel being gone, who I love. Those guys are inspiring and make me want to step up my game. They're really fucking good at everything they do. All right, boys and ghouls. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. And thank you for joining me on the Maniacs with Mike live stream. Sweet dreams.